Kip Davis has written.
The show today is no...
9 out. It's not family. It's clan. Mishkapet.
Mishkapet. You got that, everyone? Make sure you say it right, because that's absolutely, definitely the correct way of pronouncing the right word. We're sure of that. Yes, that's it. So, hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Dr. Tapioca Weasel and Nitty 2.0. Good to see you. It's been a couple of weeks. Yeah, yes. Everybody hail the golden duck. It's the new thing here on my channel. Is it you're claiming it? It's yours.
I'm claiming the duck.
I could probably I don't know how to do that, but I probably could. Edit layout.
Don't do it.
Let's see. Could I move? I could.
Really?
You promise? Okay, I can't fuck around with that now, I guess. But I'll figure it out one of these days. That's right, Melly. It's our new idol, the golden duck. All hail the golden duck. So, blessed are the cheesemakers. That's right, Canadian farm guy. Good to see everyone here on a Saturday night at 11 o'clock. What the fuck are you guys doing awake at 11 o'clock Eastern on a Saturday night? I mean, it's unless you're out here on the Pacific Coast. But John and Lil and Jackie and Katie, and look at all you crazy people hanging out with us in the middle of the night. Good to see you, meat permits Tad. Sorry. It might go a little slow for me tonight because yes, I had COVID last weekend. Yeah, and I spent 4 days in a fever dream, and I'm out of that now, but it's still here, and I'm still, god damn, I'm tired. But
you got
this. someone's got this, right? So yeah, hey everyone, welcome to Budget Scripture Saturday, the show where we fuck around and watch a video that was selected by Maya Atkisson, and I drink probably too much, and these guys, try and stay awake, and this is what the show is. Is that me? I don't ever.
I don't know who she's talking to.
I'm not sure. It could be anyone. Yeah. So sure, you keep telling yourself that Maya. So, but I never leave the house as it is. I did go. I got a milkshake yesterday, and I bought ice cream today. So that's it. That's.
Are there boys in your yard?
But sorry, what?
Did your milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?
Did it bring all the boys to the yard? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Nitty's.
You think Kip listened to that kind of pop music, really?
Right? Yeah. Look at me.
No.
Look at me, dude.
That's fair.
Kip was
sang?
Was deep in the scrolls when Khalees was rocking.
See, I don't even know what that is. What is a Khalees? That is
Khaleesi is the Dothraki.
I know who Khaleesi is. Okay? Yes, I know who that is. Of course, everyone knows that. But she never said anything about milkshakes and dragons in your yard. So I don't know. Yeah. So there we go. Here we are. We are here. Prixie says I'm supposed to stay hydrated. So that's probably good. I've got that won't help. That's a glass of wine. I've got a Dutch pale ale here, which probably also won't help. But I do have
There we go.
Trusty water.
a glass of ice cold water. Right? Yes, delicious. But I am definitely cracking open this Dutch pale ale from my local Fieldhouse Brewery. So
Nice.
yeah. What are you drinking tonight, Nitty?
I am drinking. Gonna do it. S'mores dark brew,
Oh,
non-alcoholic.
wow.
So,
Is that a
yeah.
new one?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So what's really
I have to
funny
cough.
is that I went to the cooler, the walk-in cooler, and pretty much right next to it is the "fuck you up" version, and the artwork and the can is virtually the same except for this part of the white box, right? And so
Okay.
if you're not careful, you will pick up the "fuck you up" version, and it will be too late and there will be much regret.
Or rejoicing.
But I used to
Or
drink
rejoicing.
a lot of these, too many, in fact, when they were,
Of the fuck you up version.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is usually 10% a can, 10% alcohol in each can.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
That'll
so
do it.
It was
right?
interesting to see them in this form, right? And it tastes almost exactly the same. Yeah, it's
That's good.
Untitled Art. That's right. The Humanity. Yeah. There's other ones too.
He's in the same. I think he's in the same area, isn't he?
Yeah,
Humanity.
he's in Southern Ohio.
Right.
But yeah, there's others by the same brewery that I want to try. But there's a surprising amount at this place. I was like, whoa. Like, it's the one walk-in cooler place I had for non-alcoholics is like 3. It's like Guinness, 2 craft ones, and like something else that I'm like, ugh, that sounds like piss. And so, like, look, non-alcoholic seltzer. What the fuck are you doing? Just buy a Sprite, all right? Like, it's you.
Right? Yes.
Not
You
even
might
worth
as well.
it. Just buy
You
a
might as well.
Sprite. Spend
You,
$3 on a 2-liter, and that's more than enough.
Yeah.
Instead of $20 on shit seltzer. Sorry, I fucking hate seltzer to begin with. And then you're gonna ingratiate yourself by drinking it when it's supposed to be alcoholic, but it's not. You might as well just drink Smirnoff piss. It just tastes the same. Like, you just go to a college campus, just
do as the college
get a
kids
mop
do.
in a bucket and suck it right off the floor with a straw.
Might
Same
as well.
Non-alcoholic seltzer.
Yeah.
Just stop.
This is why I live across the street from a college campus, which is not the one I worked at.
That's
by
how
the way, it's the
weasels-
one.
That's how weasels get.
So what are you drinking anything tonight, astrophysicist?
Yeah. Currently, I am drinking some Mike's hard lemonade because.
All right, that's
my name's also Mike.
because physics is hard, right?
Physics is hard.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
I've heard it. Hey, there's a super chat already, you guys. Thank you, Meat Permits Tad, for the $5. He's here to help me out. Repeat after me, Cap. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours.
I could teach you, but I'd have to charge.
Warm it up.
Oh
The
dear.
boys are waiting.
Oh, look at him go. You weren't doing that when I was reading it.
I didn't want to overshadow your greatness. I mean,
Easy.
every
Easy to
week
do.
before the show, Maya spends like 15 minutes being like, "Listen, you're really awesome and amazing, and you need to like tone it down so that Kip doesn't feel inadequate." Which I think is the same conversation she gives to Nitty about both of us. So,
Oh,
I love
okay.
the looks of confusion on your face. You're just like, Nitty's like, was I being insulted or compliment? I can't tell.
So the worst is when it's your own fucking show and you can't tell. So
Well, I mean, write a book about it.
So well,
oh wait,
Kip Davis has written no books.
This could be the first.
Hey, listen, actually, I mean, you all know also that's a goddamn.
Kip Davis has written no books.
Like even Kip's first book was on one of these like newly published texts, a sort of a version of Jeremiah stuff we didn't expect. I'll do a shameless plug for Kip's a great book.
That's a book that, you know, it's
Is it?
it really is actually. So
I don't have it,
and I mean, you could change that,
Okay,
Dr. Tapioca Weasel. You could go to Amazon.
But how much money have you actually constructively made from that book?
I wish I could tell you, because the way that this works is that I don't start earning royalties until after they've sold 150 copies. And I know for a fact they sold more than 150 copies, because I do have royalties waiting for me over at EJ Brill. And they also don't pay out until after you've earned 100 euros. And I've hit that threshold. However, I am locked out of the system because I forgot my password.
We're going to cut to the end of the story. The answer is 0. You've made 0.
I made money. It's still sitting over there in the fucking Belgian vaults at Brill.
You're like the people who do the Bitcoin theft and then can't use it because everybody knows exactly where it is and they can't use the money. Okay, like
it's not true. So, anyways, but you know what? I have actually written a new book. Is it that one? I've written a new book, guys. And it looks like this. Can you see it?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Because I have to do this, right? There we go. I've written a new book.
Nice.
Wow, you need to get some better paper, man. That's really old.
And
you can get great paper right at the store. You don't need to write on this on like old, like, yeah,
crap papyri.
No, you are doing your best as a collection of weasels to imitate human behavior in this moment, aren't you?
I mean, at least I didn't publish a book where everything's crossed out on the front. Okay, I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, okay, fine. Take it up with the cover design people. So,
it does grab your attention and make you read it because you're like, what's
going on?
Psychology.
Right?
Like
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So cool. So
August 15th, it actually does look cool. Yeah,
it's coming on August 15th. So
I highly doubt it's ADA compliant, but whatever. You know?
And that's it. It's the best cover, Maya. It's not the worst one by far. You were badly downvoted by other people who had opinions on the cover.
I would like to say that I was not asked my opinion.
I bet that book could get you on the Joe Rogan.
Maybe
cover alone.
Now, just the cover.
Yeah.
You'll look at that and go,
because yeah.
Get that guy on my show. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's clever, personally. I think it's good. I like it. It's communicating very clearly the message of the book, which is what you want, right? So, and it's available on August 15th. Did I say that already? You can buy it on August 15th on
Is there a
Amazon.
link?
Could you pre-order it too?
No, not on it's not available for pre-order until you have to wait until August 15th. So
I will probably have forgotten about you by then.
That's okay. We'll be doing another show before then, so I will remind you once more, and everyone else. Meat Permit's dad sent us another. God damn it! Am I gonna have to read this one too?
No,
So,
he didn't say.
he didn't say I have to read it. So
it is a super chat, so you gotta have to read it.
warm it up. La 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 la. The boys are waiting. La 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 la. Maya actually sent me a link to the video. I don't know if I probably should not.
The music video?
play.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So okay.
Oh, that's
But,
a good. Yeah,
so
that's
I'll
a good
just-
way to get taken down.
Yeah. That's
Got
for
it.
watching it when monetization doesn't matter.
I don't even know this part. This is like, I'm pretty sure this is the very next part. I don't. Yeah, no, I know. I know about my milkshake bringing all the boys to the yard, and them expressing that it
And
is
that's
better
it.
than theirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank
All
you, Meat Permit's dad, for
Mhm.
educating me on what the kids are doing these days.
It was
I'm goddamn old.
It was a runner-up song for my pole dance training. So
The runner-up song. Is that right?
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, yes, she says do not play it. Shall we watch a video?
Yes, one that
Okay.
won't get us banned.
This one won't get us
Oh,
banned.
no.
But it looks stupid. This is I
how could
learned
you
about
say
these
that?
guys. Well, because it's from
Especially
Ward
this
Radio.
guy.
He's cool. I learned about these guys by watching.
Yeah,
by watching,
that's a word.
right.
That's
Oh yeah. I actually learned about Kwaku, this guy. I learned about him from watching Provo's Most Eligible, which I think Hollyhock told me that they had a new season start just the other day, and this show.
You're shitting
okay?
me. This is a show.
I swear to God. Okay, I don't know how many seasons they have. I've seen 3 of them. Okay, and it's The Bachelor, but way lower budget, and with all like college-aged Mormon people in Provo, Utah, and it is.
So does that make it like?
Awesome.
Oh wait, Kip.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not. It's on YouTube. It's not like an actual like proper television show. But given that it's basically a YouTube thing, the production quality is high enough that you get to mock it when it's bad. Like when they have interviews and the person is just totally out of focus, but the Adirondack lawn chair in the background is just crisp as can be. I spend a lot of time appreciating those. It's
Very nice.
It's delightful.
So, in the private chat, I forgot to tell you about this. So you remember how
there it
I could have met Gavin Ortland?
Oh yes.
So
I watched
that
those by the
same-
ways while I was in my fever
Oh.
dream.
Nice.
So yes, talk to us. Tell us about this, Nitty.
So I sent
Your
you
close encounter
2
with
links
Gavin
here.
Ortland.
Well, so my former church, they have a summer conference where they lure in unsuspecting evangelical pastors and preachers, and even now YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
don't play that yet. Don't play that yet. This is something else, but it's related. Gavin has no clue probably about the reputation of Dwell, and if he does, he's been
should
snookered into it some other way,
Or he's just complicit.
right?
I mean, Grifter's got a
But
grip.
Grifter's got a grip.
I did not get the chance to meet him for various other commitments, but he did 3 things with my former church: a podcast and 2 talks, maybe a breakout session during the Summer Institute is what they call it.
Okay.
But this is an excerpt from the same gathering by a guy named James Rochford, who I took a bunch of theological classes with. And his
So this is a guy at your old church. He's a leader at your old church.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he runs that apologetics channel called Evidence Unseen. Now these videos are short.
Oh.
But we can do them, but we don't have to. I swear to you, I was gonna send you these before this, but
we could do them. I mean, we could wait 2 weeks, or we could leave it up to the chat. Chat. Do you want to participate and let us know what you want to see? Do you want to watch Crazy Batshit Mormons on Ward Radio, or do you want to watch Nitty's former cult leader? Is it just him, or
for
also
these little excerpts of his talk? Yeah, it's just him.
okay, or Nitty's former cult leader talking about women's rights and the treatment of women. So let's say I'm
The
the
other one is our favoritist. Slavery.
The other, you sent 2 in the chat. Oh wait, no, that's the same one. I must have clicked on the.
Yeah, the other one's
All right.
about slavery. Everyone's favorite.
Yes,
okay.
Maya, I do know how to do a poll, but it requires me going over to actually open the video up in my browser and do all that stuff. So
To do polls.
Crazy if you want to watch Crazy Mormons,
press 1.
Well,
just
these
press
are short
1.
enough that we'll get to the Crazy Mormons afterwards.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
All
All right.
You're right. I deserve that because of the pacing, but
And
3
and
minutes
guys,
and
that's
27
fair,
seconds.
right?
Yeah, that is fair. But 3 minutes and 27 seconds, I'm pretty sure I can get that done in less than 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
All right.
This never happens to me.
These are pretty easy.
Okay, let's watch at least this first one.
So this, based on the numbering system that has been introduced, that the first one would be this one because it goes 1, 2, 3, and then this one would be 4. But if we do this one, there's a non-zero chance that we will spontaneously summon Dr. Josh.
Do you think so? I seriously doubt it. It's
his children have.
It's 11:30 on a Saturday night. There's nothing.
You say that like somebody who doesn't believe in miracles.
Somebody, right? Dude, he fell asleep on your show. It's
No,
seriously.
He
Virtually.
I showed up late because nobody told me that the time had been changed. And yeah.
If you've got a clip for me, Maya, I'll show that one too. But
do we want to cover this one?
Someone text Kit in slavery.
Someone.
What? Is there
someone text
chat I missed?
Me permits that.
He's not. God, dude, he's out.
Well, certainly with that attitude.
Okay, so let's watch this.
Slam it.
The problem of slavery again.
Oh,
that's a
so we're doing slaves.
Term.
We're not doing women. We're doing slaves. Wow. Okay.
Oh, did you hear that?
What did he say? I missed that.
Let me just make sure it's.
What about slaves? The problem of slavery.
I was going to stop there and be like, hey, we're starting off on a good foot. He's saying
Yep.
slaves, and then he's saying the problem of slavery. That's where I
Yes.
thought I was going to be able to go with it.
What about slaves?
Just
The problem of slavery. Again, that's a contradiction in terms.
Oh my God.
how? How do we have that bad of a take in the first 8 seconds of the video? What the hell is happening?
Wow. He's one of these
I-
guys?
I
Jesus.
oh.
To an ancient person.
Oh, to an
The
ancient
problem-
person.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. Pause then. So
Oh, it's
if
in
it's a
pause.
contradiction in terms to an ancient person,
Except for the Jews that left Egypt.
well, okay. That means to a modern person, this is a contradiction in terms. But we're always told in church we have God's moral compass in our hearts. So all of a sudden, when the abolitionists were right, it was morally wrong to own people as property. That was God's moral compass. But in the ancient world, they didn't have God's moral compass. But you're saying it was okay then. So they did have God's moral compass. But the abolitionists and us, we don't have God's moral. Who has God's moral compass?
He even has
don't know.
a picture of God's moral compass there up in the top right hand. Or is that a protractor?
That's a protractor. bro.
Okay. Got it.
So my
It's upside
problem
down.
with the entire idea of God's moral compass is have you guys ever actually tried to use a compass like out in the real world? It's tough. You know why? Okay. It's tough because of this. This is what magnetic fields look like, and it's why I am an anti-magnetologist. Okay. God's moral compass got all twisted, and you look at that for too long, and suddenly slavery is okay. Like that's why I hate magnets is because of slavery. It's
It's a direct quote.
All right.
The line from
Wow.
A to B, short, direct.
But yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have nothing to push back on that.
Oh, by the way, I have to do my spiel. This video is how Christianity changed the world, slavery, not the implication I think they wanted to go for. The channel is Evidence Unseen with a cool 3,310-ish subscribers, and this video has 21 views, which we're probably going to double, from 8 hours ago. Yeah. Although that would require us to post the link or for people to search it, and we're probably. I mean, I don't know. I'm really lazy.
They're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and go, "What happened?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem of slavery, there was no problem. Nobody had a problem with slavery.
The slaves did.
Two groups of people that had a problem with slavery.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Where do we think he's going to go with this?
But in the laws of Hammurabi, didn't they release slaves after 3 years?
They did.
So maybe it wasn't. Okay, go on.
So I mean, here's the thing, right? Nobody said, "Hey, this being in this slavery thing, this is good. It's good. It's good. No problem." Nobody said that, right? But
he's going to pull up some quotes here. So
being a slave, everybody recognized that being a slave was not ideal,
right?
For Christians and slaves.
Well, at least he got the slaves part right. Sorry.
Problem with slavery were Christians and slaves.
Only people with a problem with it.
They were the only ones. Everyone else was just like, that's just the way it is. Of course, that's the way it is. Homer, 8th century. He says,
so he's pause it for a second. He's painting with a very broad brush here by saying, Christians had a problem. It's slavery.
There's that.
A few, right? But
Origin was like, this is a valid station in life.
It's good. This is fine. Everything's fine. Let's just keep going for another, 1,800 fucking years.
As one does.
It's fine, right?
Zeus takes away half of the worth of a man when the day of slavery comes upon him.
What?
Aristotle. A slave is a living tool. You know, like a power drill or a sledgehammer, right? Or a shovel.
Yeah, I was wondering how many examples of tools he was going to give.
You may pass
He did
your
power
slaves.
drill. He did sledgehammer. He did like screwdriver, and then it cut to him. So that's four. That's four
Okay.
tools.
Oh, good. Very good.
Philip said.
Wait, hold on.
Those are.
Nitty was going to say something.
You may
Oh, sorry.
pass your slaves down as an inheritance to the next generation.
Oh, kind of like your tools?
Kind of like your tools. Yeah. Like property. I don't know. Okay.
You know, I inherited a lot of tools from my dad. I inherited no human beings.
Well, also,
Me too.
if you're very generous about the composition of the Hebrew Bible, right? That take would be contemporaneous with people as property with the people he just quoted, right? Like, oh yeah, you pass down as inheritance, just like a tool. Or if they're injured, you owe me money. Why? Because you committed a property crime.
To be fair, if somebody injures your loved ones, you still tend to try and resolve it civilly with
however, the price is lower, and there's no lex talionis. It's not the same.
Yeah, no, it's not the same. It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same. But we do try and pay damages with like money, because turns out people don't let you just go out and like rip somebody's arm off if they hurt your loved one.
They're inanimate tools. Those are tools we use. But then there are living tools like people.
Like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Living tools and
tool.
inanimate tools.
Mm-hmm.
Seneca,
Yeah, that's where the problem is.
again, first century. We maltreat slaves, not as if they were men, but as if they were beasts of burden.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
He's
curious
lamenting
that
Pause it.
quote, because is Seneca saying it something like this? Because you might be able to read this two different ways, where well, of course we mistreat them, or when we mistreat them, it's as if they aren't men but beasts of burden. Do you follow?
That's the way I was reading it, right?
Yeah, that's the way I read it too. But it may not have been the way. I don't know enough about Seneca.
It would be nice if you didn't, cherry pick the quote.
Right.
So that's always helpful if they do.
I would like to know what the original word here, or the original translated word here was. Because all of these are translated because Seneca did not speak English. But this one is explicitly replaced for presumably clarification. So I mean,
if we're being charitable, he's probably just replacing the pronoun.
Them,
probably.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably true.
Oh, Chuck points out that Seneca was a former slave, so I was unaware of that.
Then, in that case, probably the way that we would read it, I would think.
Oh,
yes, in the context.
Sorry, I just Meat Primates Tad has sent along another $2 because Maya said he has to apologize with money. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. So.
Boom.
What? Wait a minute.
What's up?
Oh my God! Here's what AI says, and this is how dishonest. If this is true, this is how dishonest he is already. Seneca, in his moral letters, condemns the cruel and inhumane treatment of slaves.
I mean, it kind of looks like that's what he's doing here,
right? So he's not a Christian, and he has a problem with slavery. So,
but he used to be a slave.
It's
right,
tennis without the net.
well, I mean, he was saying that Christians which is not true. And slaves, those were the people that had problems with slavery, and so he would fall under the second category because
because he was a slave.
always a Christian. I mean, once
Or
a
maybe
slave,
he
always
was
a slave.
once a slave, always a slave. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
But Seneca has an audience, right?
Yeah.
Who would not be
Seneca's-
slaves, and they could agree with him. So if they agree with him, these are non-Christians
I mean,
hearing a
But
form
what are
of
the
slave
odds
that
of
now
that?
have a.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, fuck.
I mean, what are the odds of that? Probably he just like said a bunch of stuff and nobody listened to him,
Yeah.
and he was forgotten throughout human history. And we have no wait.
Yeah.
That doesn't. Damn it.
Prixie
He's like,
says you sound bad,
Oh,
Mandy.
okay, that's good to know.
Turn your gain down a bit
So, and then maybe just
and sit
Okay.
closer. So turn your gain down, sit closer.
Oh wow, is this better or is that worse?
did you just turn it up?
I turned it up. I can turn something else down. Am I too loud?
That's great,
Oh.
right there.
Right here? Or
That actually sounds good to me. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
fine.
So,
Oh, mine
It's
says
probably
change mics, but this is fine.
I do need to change mics. The problem is that Windows in at least 2 different places automatically adjusts settings. And it
Yeah.
just did it. It literally just did it. What? I'm watching it do it, and I can't.
I'm gonna
okay.
mail you
I
my
don't like-
extra microphone. But go on, play it up.
Yeah.
Let's play it.
I don't know what to do with it, but he just follows right along with the zeitgeist of his age. This is just the way that it is.
well, I mean, was that actually what he was saying?
No,
I don't- Didn't seem like it. It seemed like he was saying, "Hey, maybe this is not so good." Right? That's what I got. So
Now I'm gonna have to go fucking read it. But honestly, I do feel like that's quote mined right off the bat.
I feel like it probably is.
Fair.
Anyway, go on.
Why are you not
You
playing?
Is it not
I'm
playing? Oh,
trying.
there. Oh, okay. There we go.
Now imagine being a slave in the ancient world. And you read this from Paul, 1 Timothy 1:9. Slave traders, andra podestai. Andros means man, podestai means foot. Maybe you went to the podiatrist, foot doctor. This either means you capture someone that's running away on foot, or as Colin Brown says, that you grab their foot. You lasso them to hunt them down and trade them as a slave. This term, slave traders, what are they called by Paul? Lawless and rebels. If the antebellum South in the United States had followed this one verse, slavery would have been toast.
Sure.
They weren't-
Sure.
What if?
Talk about
What
sharing.
if, James, that verse is not about the buying and selling of humans, but of
gonna make
that
me look it up,
capture
otherwise, I
part?
mean-
That the capturing is illegal, and breaking the law is.
What was the
problem.
passage?
First Timothy 9:10.
That feels like too many. One.
No, that doesn't seem right. Go back, tap.
Yeah. That does. Yeah, it does.
If
Say First
the
Timothy 1:9-10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is the list of vices here. And it's where are we here? It's right in
In a lot of places,
beginning
I'm
of
looking
verse
through
10.
the translations.
under Podestas.
Kidnappers are not slave
Yeah.
traders.
Yeah, it's
That's a big difference.
I wonder what it reads in. So that's
But
Yeah,
it would be kind of like Paul would be against, let's be generous and say Paul wrote it. Paul would be against ICE agents taking someone without due process and putting them in a labor camp. That's what he would be against. Would he be against?
Yeah.
At the time, rather, would he be against the legal ownership of other people? No. Right? And he says as much in 1 Corinthians 7. He says, if you can get free, get free. He doesn't say
That's right.
demand your freedom. He doesn't say upheave the social order now. Right? And let's transform everyone for abolition. No, he's just like, we're going to operate within the parameters because God put you where he put you, and it is what it is, right? We're not going to abolish slavery. Oh, but the seeds of abolition were in the New Testament. Oh yeah, of course they fucking were. But anyway, play, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's get through the last minute.
Antebellum South in the United States had followed this one verse, slavery would have been toast. They weren't following the Bible too little. They were following it too much. Or rather, they weren't following it too much.
Okay, I was
Oh,
about
there
to
you go.
say the
Yep.
quiet part out loud,
They
bro.
were actually, bro. That's a hilarious mistake to make, right?
It really was.
They're following it too little. Yeah. Everyone goes, yeah, you got that wrong. Don't you love when you make a mistake in front of a couple thousand people? Anyways,
You got it wrong by getting it wrong. That's
Yes, you did.
what you actually did. And here he goes. He goes, yeah. I want James.
Right, but
if
this
you
is
can gain your
like-
freedom, do so. Do not become slaves of men. 1 Corinthians 7. There is no longer a slave or free,
Pause.
for you are all one in
Yeah.
Christ Jesus.
It also
Pause this.
says,
So
isn't that
this-
the one that also says they're no longer like male and female?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he does that the same for the women's section as well. But here's the thing: that passage is about the relationship of believers to one another. It has nothing to do with changing social order in your broader culture at all.
No, absolutely not. In fact, this particular text, if anything, is pushing back on making those kinds of social changes because they're unnecessary. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you are all one in Christ, if there is no slave or free or male or female or Jew or Greek, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world, because in Christ, this is who you are. So don't worry about it. Don't bother making any of these societal changes.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And once you teach, I think if we could teach believers to read it that way,
Yeah.
it might help them see what we see. Right? Like, oh, wait a minute, maybe this isn't so black and white, right? And I was gonna say this, that I want apologists who basically their argument is they were basically non-believers who were engaged in the slave trade. They weren't acting like real Christians. All right, get in a fucking time machine, walk up to the plantation, knock on the door, and say, I've got some words for you. I don't think you're really following Jesus. How do you think that's going to end up for you?
Yeah.
Right? And when you start to just take a step back and say, am I willing to go back in time and tell these sincerely believing people that they're reading the Bible wrong and they're not legitimate Christians, and face the consequences once I do that? You're going to be like,
Yeah.
this is a problem. But
The past.
I
was the
digress.
worst.
As
And
Pat
this
said,
resounds throughout the writing of the New Testament. I heard one
No, it
person
doesn't.
say, well, Jesus never mentioned slavery. In Israel,
Oh.
slavery being an abed. And
I mean, I beg to differ.
course he
Jesus
did.
uses slavery
right.
in his parables.
Oh yeah, named 20
Yeah.
times.
And he's like, it's
Name
good to
what?
be a
Sorry.
slave.
Named 20 times.
20 times.
Yeah, see, that's
I can't.
where they get you. Normally, people are like, name
Is that
once,
it?
and then you can do it. See, I set the bar high, where I know how high you can jump. Okay, it's not the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay. It's the New
But
Testament.
anyway,
Sure not.
Hebrew, totally different.
wait,
However,
go back a couple more seconds.
What did he say about the Hebrew that's totally different?
Person say, well, Jesus never mentioned slavery. In Israel, slavery being an abed in Hebrew, totally different.
An abed.
However,
God.
Jesus did mention slavery. Luke 4, Jesus said, I have come to set the captives free.
God, no, slaves aren't captives, dude. They're not.
Yeah, they're.
They're
The
slaves.
transatlantic slaves were,
Oh,
but in the ancient world, they weren't captive.
No, that's not how they conceptualize them or these things. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun
So
when
what's
you
funny
can,
though is he's like we have to look at things in the context of the ancient culture, and he does this
Right.
analysis, which is also wrong, about the people around. So we really cared about culture and context here, but let's not talk about, as Pat said, any church fathers, right? Let's not think more critically about what those New Testament texts are actually trying to do or argue, and even when you read the context, and then even that fulfilled prophecy, right? Captives in what sense? To Babylon, right? Is that about right? Like the prophecy was
in
to
terms
set
of the
captives free.
original utterance, yeah.
Yeah. So it's about it's not about being a slave being set free. It's about being under the wrong dominion and being set free. The wrong, proper leader, Yahweh or the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar or whoever, right? It's about being set free and being put back into relationship with God. It's not about slavery at all.
Yeah, but what if it was though?
Well, it's triple fulfilled prophecy, I guess.
I guess so.
All
Right.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. Well, let's
So-
just
All right, we're done with that one.
yeah, we'll spare ourselves the shat take he probably has about
Okay.
women.
All right.
Cool.
So that was the appetizer. Thank you, chat, for
Bearing with
watching
it.
that.
Thanks, chat.
Unfortunately, we were not successful, as far as I know, in summoning Dr. Josh.
It's true.
But you
He's
gotta
not
try.
here.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So for our main event, we have Secrets in the Book of Enoch. Only Mormons can understand. I don't doubt that. This is from our friends over at Ward Radio, who have a cool 51.5 thousand subscribers, 50,000 subs. And this video from
Last week. It's
8
like a week
days ago,
old.
has almost 22,000 views. And we're going to discover the intriguing connections between the Book of Enoch and Mormon theology. I don't doubt that. I will probably be intrigued. Mormon history, especially early Mormon history, but all of Mormon history,
It's
absolute
pretty
banger.
badass. Yeah.
Absolute, HBO needs to make a whole cinematic universe about this, because if you've not sat down and really just spent a few weeks on YouTube appreciating this, I highly recommend. I think it's Blake Blankenship, and there's a series about the Mormon history. It's got like 50 parts. It's amazing. Amazing. I might have gotten that guy's name totally wrong, and I feel really bad though.
Only Mormons understand the Book of Enoch. Yes. When the Dead Sea Scrolls
Jump,
were discovered,
jump forward to about a minute.
Okay.
So past all the intro stuff.
Something about the Dead Sea Scrolls too. So
right about there. So we'll get to it.
We're the only ones who have it because
they're the only ones who have the Book of Enoch.
Oh, I should maximize this.
Yeah.
Also, it is quieter. I have it up as high as it will go.
Okay.
So.
Is it quiet for?
I don't. It shouldn't be too quiet, but it is quieter than the other video.
Yeah.
At least to me. But
it's okay.
To be fair, I'm the last person on the stream to be asking audio questions too. So.
You guys can hear it okay though in the chat
because Joseph Smith revealed the Book of Enoch that we hold as canon. We're the only ones who have it as canon. Okay. No one else reads it.
What?
Believers?
What? Do these guys? So they've heard of like
Orthodox
Ethiopian
church, right? Like they know. It's
fake.
what? It's fake. Okay.
Fake news.
I guess maybe they don't have a lot of them in Utah. And maybe these guys don't get out much. But the Book of Enoch has been beloved in many spheres of Christianity for thousands of years. Beloved.
And Hollywood. I mean, there was that Noah movie.
That's right. The Noah movie was good, guys. You should go see it. It's very good.
I enjoyed it. I'm not sure I would describe it as good, but I did enjoy it.
Maybe that's fair. Maybe good is too strong.
It's like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I have a blast every time I read that. Is it good? No, it's not. Is it completely unhinged fan fiction? Yes, it is. And same thing. Same.
That is canon. Are you saying that the Book of Moses and the Enochian angles in it are how we have the Book of Enoch? You're not actually talking about like Ethiopian Enoch and all that other stuff, right?
No.
He's aware. He knows enough to bring up the thing so it can get smacked down.
That's true. Yes.
He's I know what to label my straw man.
So the Book of Moses.
I was just going to say, and because I watched this ahead of time, so I actually had to go and look up because I don't know. This is new for me. I don't know the first fucking thing about Mormonism. So so this is fun. I'm learning about Mormonism tonight.
That is genuinely fun.
I didn't know. I'd never heard of the Book of Moses, so I had to look it up. And
what did you learn?
I learned that this is a book that Joseph Smith basically channeled into existence. I mean, I guess the Book of Mormon he did too, but it just right, exactly. Yeah. So it's supposedly a revelation of stuff that Moses said. The Moses, the one.
So that totally existed. So when I Googled it right before the show, it said that the Book of Moses is Joseph Smith's fever dream translation, my words, of the first 8 chapters or something, maybe the first 11 chapters. That would seem to be the natural cutoff of Genesis. And there are some things about the Mormon conception of those stories that is different from mainstream Christianity. For one, God is a much more
is he more chill
like dude?
Oh, yeah.
He's got flaws, and for another, I think the act of eating the forbidden fruit and gaining the knowledge of good and evil is not condemned in the same way in Mormon theology. That's my very limited understanding, but it's like, that was a test and we passed that test as opposed to failed that. I don't really know. So,
well, that's fun.
Yeah.
This is not actually the Book of Moses. Joseph Smith revealed right after the Book of Mormon. He all of a sudden receives without any warning. So, okay, remember how the 116 pages are lost?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So what's
Do
this?
you know what he's talking about there?
I don't know any. What is this? 116 pages were lost.
Yeah, this was covered by South Park. So
in
Joseph Smith,
their
wrote,
in the dumb episode. Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
Yes.
Are these the pages that Lucy Harris put in the drawer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that have never been found.
Okay. Yes.
Those have never been found again. But
got it.
He did a full translation of the thing, and then gave it to like his buddy who helped him translate it while he
Martin
was staring
Harris.
into the hat.
Yeah,
Martin Harris, and he took it home and was like, oh, "Look at Joseph Smith is a prophet," and his wife was like, "No, he isn't. Smart." And she's like, "Okay, well, what if we hide it?" So she hid it, and Joseph Smith is like, oh, God is very angry at me, and now I have to translate it again, but it won't be the same because God is mad at me. And it's like,
wow,
bro.
Listen, Joseph Smith was a first-rate grifter.
Oh,
just
one of the best of all time.
Thinking on his feet, ready to jump into any sticky situation, and come up with a totally believable explanation for shit, right?
Yeah, he reached too high. He flew too close to the sun. He was like Icarus because, I mean, if he had just been a little bit more cautious, he probably could have lived to the ripe old age of whatever. The guy who took over, Brigham Young, eventually lived to, and been the king of his own fiefdom. But instead, he decided to burn down a printing press. And it turns out that in this country, we actually care a lot about freedom of the press. Whoops. And that's a good way to get a mob to literally follow you.
We used to.
Used to. Right. Back in the old days.
Yeah. The before times.
The before times.
16 pages. So Lehi is obsessed with Genesis, right? He talks about Genesis all the time. I went through, actually, which is a nerdy thing to do. I have a lot of time on my hands. I went through and I counted every word that Lehi ever spoke.
And how many of them were "it came to pass"?
You counted like the Masoretics or the Masoretes in the Masoretic text, where you counted every single character.
What?
That you
there's Masoretic pointing in the Book of Lehi. Is that what he's saying?
Copied it correctly, or every word counted in? What do you mean by this?
I used Brian Stutzman's color-coded Book of Mormon study guide for the Book of Mormon, and I look at every single word ever uttered.
That's a very scholarly source, I'm sure.
I'm imagining him sitting there with crayons, pulling it out.
Prophet Lehi that we have extant in the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
Over 60% of those words have something to do with Genesis. He talks about Genesis all the time.
something to do with Genesis.
That sounds subjective a little bit.
Well,
feels like he could be painted pretty broad.
It said the word God mentioned Genesis.
No. You're not doing it right. He's speaking and he's on Earth, and the whole story of humans on Earth started in Genesis. So whenever he speaks on Earth, it's actually about Genesis. That's how you rationalize.
And he somehow only still got to 60%. So
I mean, maybe he thought that was where it stopped. Maybe he thought that it worked like seconds in a minute or something. And
maybe that's
60 is the end.
He elaborately sat and counted that.
2 Nephi chapter 2 is the greatest treatise on the fall in anywhere. And that's
I want to.
That's one of his only.
I want to read it now. Actually, I have a book. Should I go get it? I'm gonna go grab it.
What is this? Is this even a question?
I had one over here.
Like
too,
right there.
I don't know where it went.
Like if it had been me, I would have just pushed back in my chair. I don't have a book of
give
Mormon.
it the old Wes Huff
Second Nephi. Oh yeah, I just
Pull
pulled
it off the
I just
shelf.
pulled it off of the shelf there.
I happen to
guys.
have one right here.
I have a Book of Mormon app on my phone, but
Oh wow. Hey,
I tried to read it, and what Mark Twain said is absolutely true. It is chloroform in print. Actual quote from Mark Twain about the Book of Mormon.
is that
Yeah.
sorry? I need to.
It's so good.
Only sermons that really
Okay.
exist in its whole.
You got it? Or do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Yeah, he's talking about Genesis. He's comparing his children to Joseph, Jacob. He's talking about Genesis.
No.
Okay.
So the
Did you
loss
hear
of
that?
innocent pages-
He's comparing his children to Bible characters.
You know,
In this-
that reminds me of when I saw a video, probably on Logic Channel, about somebody who thought it was amazing
I
that
need to be right
Matthew,
back,
Mark,
by the
Luke,
way.
and John
Okay.
had like common names that we use today.
Right.
And they were like, what are the odds that they would use names that we still use today? And I'm like,
It's true, right? So Joseph Smith is writing this book, right? The Book of Mormon, in which the character, and he's trying his best to set it in Bible times, and the characters in it to sound like they belong in Bible times. And this guy is surprised that this figure Nephi compares his children to Joseph and Jacob. Like, I don't know. I guess it's okay. I'm not getting it. So, but let's see. Maybe he'll
were
flesh it
the
out
book
for
of
us.
Lehi. At least a portion of them were. That's what Joseph Smith said, right? So we lose this book, and instead we get the small place of Nephi. But we can't re-reveal the book of Lehi because Lucy Harris or Flanders Dyke is going to be like, nah, and they're going to have the other copy because they want Martin Harris's money, right?
Okay, yeah.
well, also because they're showing that it's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Right.
Like
It's all
that wouldn't
bullshit,
be a,
guys.
if this was real, that wouldn't be a problem.
Tap.
Okay.
They just want to do it for money. That's it. It's the only reason. Does anybody have any idea? Nobody's seen these pages, right? What happened to them? Does anyone know?
I don't.
Tell us.
So I would say the most likely thing is they were probably found by somebody and then destroyed.
Like a more. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they were legitimately. It's possible that she just destroyed them. She was like, "This is bullshit. I'm chucking it in the fire."
Yeah.
But if they were found, like there's a good chunk of history and a good chunk of people who, if they found them, would be like, "This is, the devil trying to, tempt me."
Probably, right? Yeah.
And chuck it. There was if you watch the Netflix miniseries "Murder Amongst the Mormons," Mormon history.
Oh
is
yes,
fascinating.
Yes, that is a good show.
And it's a 3-part series about this master forger dude who he just picked low-hanging fruit because Mormonism is low-hanging fruit. And if he had been able to keep on going and hadn't started building bombs and blowing people up, I'm not making that up. That actually happened. He would have eventually, his magnum opus would have been a forgery of the original Book of Mormon that
right.
He had. That's what it would have eventually been. But instead he got busted by the FBI because he mailed a bunch of people bombs and was doing his own unibomb. Mormon history is crazy, people.
It's nuts.
They multiple wars with the state of Missouri. Who does that?
Yeah.
So then suspiciously, right after the Book of Mormon comes out, within a couple months, Joseph receives some other revelation, and it happens to be Genesis and the Book of Moses. And he doesn't say what it is, and he never says why he receives it. People think the Book of Moses.
Wait, is is this guy pointing out what I would point out?
Which
is maybe
That it's, he just happened to receive it. Like the words that came out of his mouth are like, yeah, this guy was calm, man.
It totally does, isn't it? Yeah.
This show is so weird because they actually do that a fair amount on Ward Radio. They like,
tell on themselves all the fucking time.
Yeah, they do.
Awesome.
Restore Genesis. Wasn't. It was not. The Joseph Smith papers, researchers have looked at this for decades, and they conclude we have no idea why Joseph started these revelations. He never told us why.
And what's really fascinating about this, it helps out with when people get mad about like, oh, when Joseph says translating, you say he means something different. That's just a cop out. You're trying to hide. It's like, no, he's literally pulling things from actual nowhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, here's what he's doing.
Yes.
Joseph Smith, he's standing there. He stands with his feet like twice as far apart as his shoulders. And he bends, he limbers up, and then he reaches over and pulls it right out of his ass. That's what he does.
Just said that. He just said that. He said, yeah, when people say he's not really translating, they don't understand. He's just making this shit up.
No, he's pulling it out of nowhere, and nothing can come from nothing unless God. Yeah. Okay? Therefore God.
Therefore God.
Well, nowhere.
Yes. Yeah, he is not going through and reading through Genesis, and then suddenly this vision that Moses has is just there. There's no Greek or anything to pull from for that.
Nothing. So, no. Nothing at all. He's just making it up on the fly.
Honestly, I bet that a solid like 20% of the time that Joseph Smith was making stuff up, I bet he was like, I wonder if they're actually going to believe this shit.
I've wondered that too, right?
Like sometimes he was trying to like set himself up for a later drift, but sometimes he's just like, what the fuck? Really? You thought that? How far can I push this?
Yep. Like when Joseph Smith is translating, he's doing something different than just going and changing one language for another.
Yeah,
that's called translating.
Yeah, he's doing something different. He's
not translating.
He's making it up. He's making it up out of nowhere.
Receiving revelation.
Bro sat down with Emma December 1st, 1830, and he's like, start writing. And he just goes, boom, and he dictates half the Book of Moses. So the Book of Moses is a compilation of 3.
I mean, to be fair, so like how many words? So the Book of Moses, if I got the section correctly, and it's the first 11 books, how many words is the first 11 chapters rather of Genesis? It's not that many. Like if you had to read it straight through, it would take you like what, 30, 45 minutes?
Yeah, not that long.
Like it's not that long.
3 revelations. One of them is called the Book of Revelation on Moses. One is called Revelation given to Joseph Smith the seer.
That's how we roll here, Joel.
One is called Revelation concerning Adam. Mm-hmm. And the Revelation concerning Adam is the biggest of those. It's chapter 6 and 7 of the Book of Moses.
So you mean to tell me?
Oh, this ought to be good. We have not heard from Quaku until now.
Concerning Adam is the biggest of those. It's chapter 6 and 7 of the Book of Moses.
So you mean to tell me Joseph Smith channeled the Book of Moses? It's a channeled book.
Yeah.
You could definitely make that argument.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Channeled it out of what, though?
I mean, I guess it just it just depends on how you feel about this this type of
bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah,
absolutely good.
Well, I was told by the Cougar Chronicle people that channeling is evil.
Well, so it's really interesting. It's really interesting. We might do an episode someday. Is the orthographic errors that he brought in from documents that we didn't know about, and then rediscovered.
What?
And he brought it.
Wait, what? He's writing in English. Okay, so that's spelling errors.
Okay,
or spelling conventional differences. Now, he's talking about
how is
how
it different from typographical?
I mean, it's essentially the same thing, right? Except for
but you say
not
that
not
like people
so
say that
no,
atomic
hold
physics is
on, no,
essentially nuclear physics, and
it's not. No, listen. So no, it's different from typographical errors in that these aren't necessarily errors. In fact, most of them probably aren't. These are different ways of spelling
signatures.
the same. No. So it's like, think about you guys spell shit like super dumb, right? Like words like color, COLOR.
Oh, thanks.
Or
Hey,
honor, HONOR, right?
Hey, you added that U. That
No.
The linguistic history on this is very clear.
Look,
okay, the spelling without the U came before the spelling with the U.
Yes.
That is not something we did wrong.
It is, because you didn't get it from there. You didn't. You guys got it from the conventional spelling of the time and decided to do your
and
own
you guys
thing.
invented a new conventional spelling of the time.
No. You know what? It's still, look, it's right. It's the right thing to do. I'm right. But this is it, right? Like the difference between color, COLOUR, and color, COLOR. That's an orthographic difference.
At least
okay,
we
so
don't
that's
spell it ER.
No, yeah. Okay.
Joseph Smith would probably spell it ER.
Probably did. But what he suggests, like, if I'm understanding him correctly, he's talking about orthographic things that Joseph Smith retained in his translations. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because
one thing I have heard,
it's all English.
Could be talking about is that Joseph Smith was emulating the King James version,
right? Yes,
like that, and there were quotes from it in parts, and the specific edition, like the specific print run that was that produced the Bible that he was reading out of when he was producing this document, had specific, unique typos throughout it. That are unique to that edition of that printing of the King James version, and he copied them in verbatim.
That's awesome. So it is chef's kiss.
It is the equivalent of C design proponentsists.
Yes, you know what that is. It absolutely is. Yes. Oh, very nice. So, but the thing is, he's talking about, this guy in the blue shirt is talking about how the ancient texts that Joseph Smith is supposedly, channeling and revealing, he's also producing with orthographic differences and errors. But like, these are things that are written in like Aramaic and Greek and sometimes Hebrew. But Joseph Smith was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on what the fuck he's talking about. All right.
That he brought in from documents that we didn't know about and then rediscovered.
See?
And he brought in the same errors that they had.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
How? He was writing in English. He's writing in English.
What he's doing is he's conflating the thing that I just described, where you can prove, oh, hey, he was just copying the King James because he quoted this verse from it directly, and there is a typo, and we know what version. I
got one.
But now he's applying that to like the books of fucking Enoch.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably like, oh, look, Joseph Smith had mentioned Judas, and we found the book of Judas like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be so inspiring and cool. How come every girl I've ever met named Genesis becomes a stripper?
These are the questions, Haiku. These are the questions. I Bro
Sorry.
has.
He knows
Oh my
every
God.
girl he's ever met named Genesis is a stripper.
You know,
maybe he should.
How
I
many
don't know.
girls-
Spend less time in strip clubs.
Yeah,
I
like
also don't know anybody
how's he
named-
keeping track?
He's probably got a leg. He's probably in Epstein's files.
Yeah,
actually,
Ouch.
No, I would like to withdraw that. I
Ouch,
withdraw
yeah.
that. I officially withdraw that. Quaku, what I just said was potentially defamatory. I did it for a joke, and the problem is that accusing somebody of a crime is defamation per se. So I withdraw that.
Sorry.
I love you, Quaku.
In the Ethiopic, they explain that quite directly.
None of you knew where that joke was going. None of you knew where that was going to go.
You met a girl named Genesis?
I met 3 Genesis.
Genocide?
Genocide?
Genocide, yeah.
Probably not good.
He just said it.
Genocide's probably not.
Quaku and I are on the same. Fuck.
You're like the same guy. Holy
yeah,
shit!
we kind of are. I'm definitely
totally
the
are.
Quaku. Yes,
You are.
Oh no.
Oh, I think I owe him reparations now.
Genocide? No, DE. Genocide, like total genocide.
Not that, no.
Anyway,
It would be Genesees.
Oh ha ha ha! Genocide. Yay.
It's a good
they're all
joke, right?
in Texas. And they're all. I know one became a stripper, but the other 2 were just kind of similar in personality. I'm counting all
Just
3.
an OnlyFans girl.
Okay. Wait a minute. So he knows 3 girls named Genesis, and it turns out one of them is a stripper.
And
But the other 2, they're
They're OnlyFans models. This is so much better.
So there's apparently there's a stripper personality type out there that what's his name?
Quaku?
This guy? Quaku? There's a stripper.
No,
that guy. Yeah. So
that is the pause face we deserve.
So there's a stripper personality type that Quaku has tapped into. And I guess he can tell. He can tell the stripper type. Wow, that's good to know.
I've never been to a strip club, so
I
I'm
also
a good
have
Mormon boy.
never been to a strip club. So
Nitty's
Nitty's just gonna sit
true,
there
but the other 2
and
were just
shoot.
similar in personality. I'm counting all
Just
3.
an OnlyFans.
I will neither confirm nor deny if I was the entertainment or the entertain.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, okay. Actually, if you put it in that light, I've turned several venues into strip clubs. If we put it in that light.
I think actually jump ahead to a lot of this stuff in the middle here is kind of boring. Jump up to like the 19-minute mark.
So
Yeah,
19 is in the middle of the section. You want to see
it is
season predictions?
No, but trust me,
Okay.
right around the 19-minute mark. They broke this video up
being
weird.
an actual prophet. It's like fun to say. It's cute to say. It's
No, they just did it because they were just vibing and just speaking. They don't have a script, okay? They are less organized than us because we have a video to follow. And imagine if I just had to come up with the things I was saying based on no feedback except for yours. And
that
you've written no books, so it would probably be terrible.
It's true. I have yes. Well, I mean, yeah.
fun to say. It's kind of like, yeah, I believe that. And then you really look at it every time. I'm like, this is nuts. I can't believe we have this and no one else has this.
Okay, so we're coming back full circle here.
Yes.
Only Mormons
Maybe you do
understand the book
because
of
someone made it up and you stuck with it.
The
as one does.
Occam's razor.
Yes. Well,
so far this has just been how awesome Joseph Smith is podcast.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
So let's.
Yeah, I'm okay with skipping all that part because he wasn't awesome.
Right? Yeah.
Like fucked up in many different ways.
Actually, maybe before we do this second part, there is a couple more super chats. Maybe I'll grab those.
Am I gonna have
first?
to
Let's look at
again?
those. Probably. Thanks, Lil, for the $5. All of the treats for Dagon. Glad you're feeling better, Kip. I mean, a little better, but nowhere near 100%. I don't know if you could tell, but I feel like I'm gonna cough a lung out here. So, but thank you. Right. Meat Permits Tad for $2 says that Riz in 2016 is a legitimately good Christian film. I've not seen this one. Have either of you guys seen this? No. I might have to check it out. But thanks for the recommendation. And Jester, good to see you. And thank you for the $5. They claim that Joseph returned the plates to heaven by giving them to the angel Moroni. I just looked this up. It seems to check out, right? I thought that was intentional, actually. So
I think that is intentional. I mean, it tripped you up, which was funny.
It certainly did. Actually, it must have been intentional. Yeah. It's not hard to trip me up.
That's true.
So let me touch on this in the Discord.
Hold on. How do we get access to this Discord?
Right. The Ward Radio Discord.
Okay, Dr. Tapioca Weasel invades the Ward Radio Discord is probably going to be the next title of my sex tape.
The title of your next sex tape, is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, the next title of a sex tape that I appear in.
Okay.
Doing weird Mormon weasel things.
All right. Keep your eyes open for it, people. Available only on Physics is Hard.
Physics is Hard.
YouTube channel.
Okay.
At the very bottom, there's 3 kind of sections that I put from my upcoming book.
Oh, cool.
Look, he's writing a book.
Oh boy.
I bet he's writing a banger of a book here.
I mean, yeah, that's on brand.
Yeah.
So this is. Have you ever heard of the 4th Esdras?
Yeah. I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what is Esdras?
We don't call it 4th Esdras. We call it.
What is he talking about? I have no context for this.
It's 4th Ezra, is what it's called. Sorry, 2nd Esdras is another title. To understand it, but so he's making a point here from 4th Esdras, which should also otherwise be called 4th Ezra or 2nd Esdras. I know it gets confusing.
How many? Wait, okay, but so in the canon that I'm more or less familiar with, there's one Ezra, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of early Jewish. The early Jews were big fans of Ezra as a character, and so they wrote a lot of fanfic about Ezra in Ezra's name, and and it ended up being collected by various churches.
How many did they get to? Like, are we talking Toy Story or Fast and the Furious?
So
or James Bond? What level of franchising?
So for the 4 Esdras are Ezra, Nehemiah in the Bible are 1st and 2nd Esdras, and then 1st Esdras and 2nd Esdras are 3rd and 4th Esdras, according to this. So there's actually only these 2 additional books that are credited to Ezra beyond the books of Ezra and Nehemiah. So
fair.
And it dates to about 4th Esdras, or sorry, 2nd Esdras, more properly. What he's talking about dates to the dating of it is tricky, but scholars figure it probably dates to anytime after the destruction of the Second Temple. So after 70, definitely written after 70 CE, but might date, into the mid-late second century.
Have you ever heard of the 4th Esdras?
Yeah. I have.
Okay.
He's, by the way, that emphasis on 4th Him and I, same page. Oh man.
Mhm.
Now, why is it famous? Do you remember why? Why is everybody
Ezra's
talking about
eagle.
it? Ezra's eagle. Ezra's eagle is a prophecy in 4th Esdras, right? That everybody talks about. The feathers of the eagle are this length or that length, and this one's cut, and this one's 3 heads, and blah, blah, blah.
And this
they
one's
think,
Joe Biden.
right.
Oh God. What? I don't know. So yeah. I don't think they're gonna pay any attention to that. He's gonna talk about something different, but
that took a
like
turn.
that took a turn, didn't it? Joe Biden is in 2nd Esdras or 4th Esdras.
Well, you know, honestly, I think what he was unintentionally doing is pointing out the fact that these prophecy books can be turned into anything.
Just about anything.
You know,
Yeah.
It's just like Nostradamus, except older.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Joe Biden, this one's Donald Trump. They all think of these things, right? Well, okay. Way more interesting, I think in 4th Esdras is the dating of 4th Esdras. Okay, we've talked about HMD, historic manuscript dating. If you look up 4th Esdras, it says 4th Esdras was written toward the end of the 2nd century.
It says that. What is it? The internet? The thing that you look up? Wikipedia?
I guess I don't know what exactly he's getting.
Normally,
his information
what he's doing is he's saying it says when he refers to the computer machine that he did the search on, as opposed to they. When properly, if you're going to do the whole, you know, I'm pulling data out of the cloud, it's either they or nowadays new option ChatGPT. So
it's true. Yeah, you could do that.
Well, guys, we should write a 3rd Testament with the help of ChatGPT and make a series about it.
This is what scholars agree on toward the end of the 2nd century. That's when it was written.
There you go. Scholars agree on written towards the end of the 2nd century. I don't know if scholars agree on that. I think it's the dates are they range pretty far.
I'm a scholar, and I'm gonna
end
say
of 1st century, end of 2nd century. Shut up, Weasel. So, yeah.
See, I just had to push it.
Earlier than that or later than that. I think that's when it was written. Okay. Why? Why do they think that? If you drill in and you read the scholarship on this, on the dating of it, it says there's a quotation in 4th Esdras from Stromatais, number 3 for book 3.
Wrong way around, I think.
Because he wrote this.
So I think he meant to say that there's a quotation of 4th Esdras in Stromatais. That's the Stromata by Clement of Alexandria. What he's talking about here.
Okay.
But
book here, he couldn't have written it before because he's quoting from it. So they tie those quotations together and they say it was written. They bind the time on it. Am I making sense? Let me read here. How do they know that it was written no later than the 2nd century? How do scholars know 4th Esdras could not have been written later? Well, because by the 2nd century,
he had it up earlier.
What is he pointing at? Is he pointing
so
at something
he had he had it up earlier. It's not there anymore. Let's see. This is it was the last slide that he had. There. That's it.
This one?
No. Go back.
This is the
Keep
same.
Going. Keep going. Keep
This
going
one.
back. There. That one. That's what he's quoting from. And for some stupid reason, they don't show the whole thing. They just have this weird.
It's super cropped and weird and dumb.
Yeah. So something translated into Greek no later than the end of the 2nd century.
Yeah.
How did they know this?
Which is almost certainly that is quoted something in Clement's
Stomatais 3:16. So yeah, it says just looking up a little bit. How do they know this? Because Clement of Alexandria quoted 4th Esdras.
That's how
Clement of Alexandria wrote towards the end of the 2nd century. So he's just saying we know that 4th Esdras was written before the end of the 2nd century because Clement, writing at the end of the 2nd century, is quoting from 4th Esdras.
Okay. I went back a bunch to find this. So
yeah.
Where were we?
There, I think, right? Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, here we go. Put that up. Here it is. Ready? Let's read it.
Oh, here we go.
Chapter 5:35. And he said unto me, Thou canst not. And I said, Wherefore, Lord? Whereunto was I born then? Or why was not my...
Hey,
Oh, good.
whole
That looks
page,
better. Look, you could do it.
which is
Okay.
quoted in Clemens. Oh, they didn't cut that much out. Like yes,
No.
they did, but only a bit.
mother's
That's
womb and my
fine.
grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the wearisome toil of the stock of Israel. And this is quoted, a definitive direct quotation, according to the scholarship, in Stromates 3:16. Here it is. In the Cratylus, Plato attributes to Orpheus the doctrine that the soul in his body is suffering punishment. This is what he says. Some say that the body is a tomb for the soul as being buried
That's
in
not
its present
right.
life, and because
Okay. Some say that the body is a tomb for the soul as being buried in it for the present life. And because the soul expression by this body, whatever it may wish to express, it is rightly called a tomb. The Orphics in particular seem to have given it this name as they think the soul suffers punishment for its misdeeds.
Yeah, that's not right. He's fucked something up here. But let's listen to him.
Sorry, what do you some sort of like Hebrew scholar or something?
This isn't even Hebrew, dude. This is like Greek, but
I don't know what
yeah.
I'm reading, man.
No.
Fair.
But let's listen to what he has to say.
he says, some say that the body is a tomb for the soul as being buried in it for the present life, and because the soul expresses by his body whatever it may wish to express, so it is rightly called a tomb. The Orphics in particular seem to have given it this name as they think the soul suffers punishment for its misdeeds.
He did better than me.
You're not crazy.
He did.
Those are
Yeah, you're not crazy if you agree with that.
not direct quotations.
Those sound
Not
nothing
even
like
close.
this is like when people try and say
Yeah, so he agrees with you.
Yes, he agrees
that,
that
you know, the Book
those
of Mormon came.
Wait, hold on. So are we saying that this was supposed to match
Yes.
this?
Yes, but and this is the point he's making. I think the point he's making is that they're not even close, and this is what scholars are using to make the point regarding the dating of Fourth Esdras. And he's gonna probably tie this back into something stupid about the Book of Moses and the dating of sources in the Book of Moses or something like that, right? But this is he's
fair.
made a mistake here. Like Stromatize 3:16. So there's I don't know how many books of Clement's Stromata are there. There's multiple books, right?
I don't know. I have
Clement I'm just looking at this. Clement Stromata.
Do either of you have
how many
Clemens?
I've got the text here. I can pull this up here. I could show you. All right. But actually, let's listen to him finish first. Let's hear the point that he's trying to make, and then I think we should look at this.
His body, whatever punishment for its misdeeds. You're not crazy. Those are not direct quotations.
Those sound
Not
nothing
even
like
close.
this is like when people try and say that, you know, the Book of Mormon came from Captain Kidd novels and the View of the Hebrews.
Yes,
And then you read
correct.
the View of the Hebrews and it's nothing
like
the Book of Mormon.
I haven't done that. I have heard that criticism though.
This is the
So actually, I'm interested to know if
I
would
am too. Actually, that sounds fun.
definitive quotation that scholarship has accepted the dating for Fourth Esdras. They say, oh, this quote clearly shows. These quotes are nothing alike. Nothing
Yeah.
alike. It's like, are you kidding? This is
Yeah.
the smoking gun evidence that they point to. Okay, now, in contrast, here's what Joseph.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
we
pause it
agree.
because it's going to contrast this. But he fucked this up. I swear. Like, look at this. I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. So he.
You don't need my permission.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
So he said that that the quotation was from Clement of Alexandria, Stromata 3:16. Here's the problem. There are multiple books. So this is book 3 of Clement of Alexandria, Stromata. You'll notice it's divided into chapters, and then there are also section numbers added to the chapters. Oh, goddamn. Fuck. Yes. I can do this. Here we go. Okay. I have to take this off. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. And I don't know. Can I zoom in on this a little bit?
go.
Let's see. So, but do you see this? How there?
Yeah.
There are there are chapter numbers. This is book 3, Miscellanies, book 3 on marriage. You'll notice in chapter 1, there's 4 sections, right? In chapter 2, the sections don't reset back to number 1, right? They just keep going. So what he's quoting
They're
is
like
chapter
really,
3,
really long verses.
chapter 3, section 16 here, right? Creosis, every man is a misfortune, and his myth about Cleobis and Biton has obviously no other intention than to disparage birth and praise death, blah, blah, blah. So this is the section that he's settled on. Stromata 3:16 is what he said, when what he should have been looking at was book 3, chapter 16. Let's scroll all the it's a fucking big book, right? You got to go all the way down here. There's chapter 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What do we have here in chapter 16? Let's see here. Here we go. Section 100. Why did not my mother's womb become my tomb? That I might not see the distress of Jacob and the toil of the nation of Israel, says Esdras the prophet. There it is. There's the quotation, and it's like a direct quotation. Boy, I hope this guy hasn't. Oh, where did Nitty go? Nitty, did he say something?
He was here 1 minute ago.
Yeah, he just said he needs to run, and he's.
I was wondering, he'd been like quiet for a little while. I wonder if he's back anymore.
So he might not be. All right, rest up, Nitty. Feel better.
I'm pretty sure
we miss you.
I'm
so
pretty intolerant.
But I seriously, I hope this guy has not sent this book to press yet. Because holy shit. If that's
what's
the point he's making,
you've ever read?
What's the worst book I've ever read?
Yeah, I guess that's vaguely in this like an apologetics book. Like, do you watch Logic?
Do I watch Logic? Oh, are you talking about Armando Calvo's book?
and Shmuel Paulin's book.
Oh my God! Yes,
Shmuel Paulin's book is like it's the Tommy Wiseau of I guess in that case Jewish apologetics.
Maybe that's it. Yes, the Tommy Wiseau.
Oh. Like, the only person who's on Shmuel's level is Terrence Howard. And
yeah,
I think
that's possible. And Terrence as far as I know, he hasn't written a book yet.
2. He disputes that 1 times 1 equals 1. He thinks that 1 times 1 equals 2, but he does not dispute that 1 plus 1 equals 2. Shmuel Paulin disputes that.
Yeah.
Parallels from books of Enoch that were totally undiscovered at the time. If you bring up the next 2 things, here you go. Here's
here we go.
It's like,
so the point he's making, because he fucked up his quotation example to show that, look, scholars will accept something totally ludicrous like this as suggesting that one text is a source for another. Now look at he's got these identified as scriptural gems.
yeah, I love that.
And this is comparing Joseph's Enoch from 1830 to extra biblical sources.
I love the first
discovered after 1830, I guess. But
I suppose I love this first one. Joseph turns 97 words into 3,686 words.
It's a miracle.
And I gotta say, you know what that means? I think Karl Baugh might be Joseph.
This honestly, this I get Hillman flashbacks. Just looking at a statement like that
I don't know
about
who that
Joseph
is.
turning. You know, okay, that's the batshit crazy Greek priority guy with the tattoos on the sides of his head. I'm sure you've seen him, but you haven't seen him.
Ken Wheeler? I like.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Ken Wheeler also works
Yes.
in the field. He also like actually professionally
don't say
he's
that.
a translator.
He's a translator.
Apparently, I don't
God,
know.
no. Ken Wheeler is he's a shill and a grifter. But
Ken
God,
Wheeler is one of my
damn it.
favorite people on because he gets into physics all the time.
Oh
And
yeah, I bet.
It is bad.
Yes. It's like when he gets into translating, it's bad. So yes.
Fair.
4 pages long. Here's
All
2
right.
pages of it. Joseph,
2
first
pages
of all,
of it.
focusing on Enoch. Why even focus on Enoch? He turns 97 words of the Bible into almost 4,000 words on Enoch. Similarly, R.H. Charles says in his pseudepigrapha page.
Okay, so as people who have written a dissertation, that felt like an attack. Also, I'm just saying, right?
Page 9 and
yes.
page 9, he says nearly all New Testament writers were familiar with Enoch. He says it's a colossus that bestrides the Apocrypha. They both describe Enoch as a scribe. They both describe the wicked generations of Enos.
Oh my God. They both described Enoch as a scribe. Okay. I mean,
well, yeah,
the thing is,
I was going to say
of Enoch wasn't.
It's deeper than that because the word describe already has the word scribe in it.
Oh
my God.
There you
God
go.
exists.
The thing is, the book of Enoch wasn't like unknown at the time in the 19th century. I mean, people knew what it was.
Yeah, it's not like he took it with him and then dropped it in, the 1900s.
So, yep.
They both describe the terror at his calling, the fear at his calling, that he wasn't worthy, that he's a lad or a youth. He was.
I like how he's counting simultaneously with both.
On both of his hands. Yes, that's good.
Reticent to accept it. The utterance, his lips would be the words of the Lord. He would have divine protection and no one would pierce him. All these things are things Joseph said in order that came from then undiscovered books of Enoch.
Okay. Right. So he's saying these are things that Joseph Sniff, I just about said. Joseph Smith. He's saying that these are things Joseph Smith could not have known ahead of time, so that this was all divinely revealed to him. And we only discovered this after the fact, after we discovered these early Jewish writings post 1830. I think that's what he's saying.
So let's actually break this down a little bit.
They both describe the wicked generations of Enos. Contradiction.
Okay, so there are wicked generations. I suppose if they're referring to a particular entity, then we're talking bad people about character trope. That's how I'm going to think about it. Doesn't seem that weird to predict.
Enos is just the Aramaic word for man. That's it.
For man?
Yeah.
Okay, well then it's way less impressive because it just means bad generations will be a thing.
I don't know why he says that's a contradiction to Genesis. But
right, also unclear there.
Describe the terror at his calling, the fear at his calling, that he wasn't.
God is scary.
That yes, I mean we see that. I mean every fucking time a prophet is
right,
encounters God and is called by God, that it's usually kind of terrifying. Chuck usually knows what's going on here. Let's see what he has to say. Smith is proven. What's that?
I said that makes one of us. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either. Smith is proven to have used the King James Version, Adam Clark Bible Commentary, and other sources. The null hypothesis now must be that if you see something from another text, it's proof he had access to the text. Yes, I think that's what they're getting at. So, all right.
Worthy.
But this is He's a lad.
He was
Or a
Then
youth.
none of these.
He was
Okay, so
young.
we've identified each one in turn. None of them are weird. It's like when you talk about the end times and say there will be famines, disease, and war.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's the level at which we're at. And then if you also said there will be a charismatic leader who promises deliverance for his nation, yeah.
He's reticent to accept it. The utterance, his lips.
He's reticent to accept it. Okay, so that you actually have to have, somebody has to like pretend, like Trump can't pull that off. He's not reticent.
To be the words of the Lord. He would have divine protection and no one would pierce him.
And he'd be invincible.
All these things are things Joseph said in order.
In order.
Then undiscovered.
I feel did we just how many characters can you fit into that description?
I mean, I could probably, if I had the time, I could probably put a bunch in there,
yeah,
right?
Like I feel like the answer is it's not all of them, but it's like
not zero. Right. Yeah.
Right. It's
Covered books of Enoch. This is one page. It goes on. There's like 40 of these. Turning rivers out of their course. He turns rivers out of their course. The mountains will flee.
Okay, well now we're just
talking the thing
about planes that happen.
Right. Yeah. And the thing that I always like to see are actual direct citations from texts in context. That's what convinces me. Not this is some kind of Richard Carrier bullshit. Where he's just going to tell us, he's going to explain to us what's in the text without actually showing us what's in the text.
Well, yeah, but I thought when they were talking about Alexandria that they were talking about Hebrew. So like he respects his audience and by which I mean he disrespects them accurately.
Yes.
Whereas you expect better.
Yep.
Richard Carrier doesn't expect better. He's
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Dick Scary.
The mountains flee. He walks with God. He fends the populace. They're tent keepers. You recognize all these from the books.
Okay, here we go. Like pause this for a minute. Remember how he said, "Oh, let's look at this list." So, he walk with God, and so the first column is the Book of Moses. So that's Joseph Smith's Revelation, right?
Okay.
God to Enoch, walk with me. And this compares positively with the life of Adam.
I've never heard of that. What the hell is the life of Adam?
It's an early Jewish text, but it's not the fucking Book of Enoch. That's what it's not. In
some groups probably because there's a lot of groups.
I'm not even sure if any Christian group considers the life of Adam canonical, but it was popular at a time. His second point is that all men were offended because of him, speaking of Enoch. Again, life of Adam. And for some reason, he's got page numbers here for his copy of the life of Adam. I don't know why he hasn't properly cited this.
There have been times when that has been like I can imagine that being reasonable because a book is printed once, and if people have the book, this is before the internet, right? And if people have the book, then that means that you have the page number, and that actually is like a totally reasonable way. Something like the Bible or ancient texts, which by the time you get to them, I mean, they were written 1,500 years before printing was invented.
Right. Yes.
It doesn't really apply. But like, if you gave a page number on an original edition, Origin of Species, I could imagine that might actually be useful. I could be wrong.
Sorry. Yes, that's correct. Book of Adam. Sorry about that. Leave it to Adam.
Is it Life of Adam?
No,
Is it book or life? Okay,
it's the book. It's the Book of Adam. So, but look at this third one. Look at this third one here.
Oh boy.
Weasel.
Robin
Tent keepers and lawless avarice. So the quotation from the Book of Moses is, they said to the, it's supposed to be tent keepers, I think, Terry. And then he's comparing that to 1 Enoch 102:9, rob and sin and stop naked and acquire wealth.
Trip.
What the fuck do those have to do with each other?
I don't know, man. You're the one who's been to strip clubs. I haven't been to a strip club.
No, that was Nitty. That wasn't me. It was Nitty.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So, and he's not here. So we're on our own. But importantly,
how's our viewership? It must have plummeted.
It must have. We did drop a few. So we're down to like 63.
If we pretend those are Nitty's alts, it's fine.
It's we just jumped up to 67. So good.
Go.
Welcome back.
2 more will be nice.
Importantly, I don't see the connection between 1 Enoch 102:9 and the Book of Moses 6:38.
It's aliens.
Not seeing it. Aliens. No, point 4, wild man. A wild man hath come among us in Book of Moses 6:38. A wild man they call me. 4Q 531. Fragment 1
and 8.
Yep. So that is that. Yeah, it could be either fragment 1 and fragment 8, or it's fragment 1 line 8 of 4Q 531, which is a Dead Sea Scroll manuscript. I believe it's a copy of the Book of the Giants. Let me look this up.
Sounds made up.
So it's probably fragment 1. Oh, there is fragment 1 line 8 says the Nephilim destroyed it. That's what it says.
Rude.
So yeah, it is. But maybe there's something else on the rest of the fragment here. Let's see. It's very fragmentary. They defiled giants and monsters. They begot, they gave birth, and they were like giants with its blood and by the hand. What is that? By the hand of something. I don't know what that is. Giants who did not suffice for them and their sons.
I don't. Where are you?
I'm trying to read fragment 1 here of 4Q 531. Sorry, and it's just, it's not. There's nothing about a wild man here.
You're not showing it, are you?
No, I'm not. And
sorry.
I wasn't. I was just looking at my copy on my computer. So
I had totally lost the plot because it's very on brand for me.
Yeah. So, well, you're in the right place. But there's nothing there. Like there's just nothing that corresponds there. He's just making half of this shit up. So
I have a whiteboard for this.
Oh, good. Whiteboard some shit for me.
It's because I have the background thing on. Hold on.
You do.
That. No, what? You got to do the settings. Do the thing. Do the none. There we go.
There we go. Yes, we can see it. Nothing. It's nothing.
It's nothing. Okay. That's what it all means, chat.
So we put it back up there, Tap, because I just put you on solo layout. Thank you. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing, you guys. There you go. Nothing.
This is why you got to buy the huge markers, by the way. Okay, because
Right.
otherwise people can't like see them.
They can't see them.
Like I'd have to spend all day going like
the inquiry of Mahawai. There came a man unto him whose name was Mahawai in 640. And and then so there's a name correspondence in that's another 6Q8 is another copy of the Book of the Giants. I think, let me look that up. Actually, it's probably easier if I just do a search. Let's see how I would spell that. It's probably this. No, not that. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. That would do it. Whoops. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. There's so in the Book of the Giants, one of the angels' names is Mahweh. There's a bunch of angels that are named
Mahweh.
Mahweh. Yeah. Like you would you would in English it would be like MAHWAY.
Would it be like my way or the highway?
Yeah,
like,
my way or the highway. Absolutely.
There we go.
Just like that. So perfect. So I don't know. Let's see what else he says.
Wait, what would Hachway mean? Like, how would you spell that? Because you can't use I. So would it just be HH like or JJ, I guess?
Highway?
Is that how you would spell highway?
In Hebrew?
Yeah, because I gotta like do the whole H thing, which is that's a lot of languages, the H and the J thing.
Yeah.
And then you gotta like take out all the vowels except for Y, because Y counts. It's still allowed. Yahweh or the highway, right?
So
Mahweh or the highway.
Yeah. So yeah. But you're removing all the vowels. You're trying to do that, so you just end up with HWY.
Why?
Right. I think you're overthinking this.
Joseph Smith is making very specific.
I overthink everything except for like whenever I'm talking with Maya, because I'm just like, well, for my own safety, I got to turn that part off.
Right. Yes. It's important.
Refutable guesses. Guesses. And they all come true. Not only do they come
They're vague and bullshit, man. we went through them like in like a fair amount of detail. We went through each individual one. They're all vague bullshit.
True.
I bet if we went through them all, they would be bullshit.
Well, we went through all of the ones that he named.
I don't understand
individually.
So I don't understand what he means by the correct order, because if you just back it up to look at his table for a second, just back it up to look at this. Look at that third column. Notice that
different sources.
They're different texts.
Yeah, which means like you can enforce ordering within a text,
right?
How do you enforce it between texts? Then you have to appeal to you have to appeal to something. But if it's different, texts that are contemporaneous with each other, you don't have a well-defined ordering function.
No!
What are you talking about? Okay. It's like
exactly.
The real numbers, you can order them. One real number is greater or less than or equal to any other real number. Complex numbers, that's not true. There is no way to define an ordering function on complex numbers that gives every single individual number a well-defined relationship to every other number that is consistent. Because
it sounds good to me.
Yeah, sorry.
And they all come true. Not only do they come true in the correct order, which is crazy. It
Go play in traffic.
would be like guessing a
Yes.
social security number. If somebody, or a telephone number, if somebody could guess, or a lotto number.
It's nothing
Bro,
like that
it's-
at all, actually.
By the way, that's the only way people
Those are
win the
actual
lottery.
numbers.
Also, the
True.
only way
That's
people
true.
win the lottery is by guessing a lotto number. And you can guess a phone number. That's why show business has a specific like formula for numbers that don't exist. The 555 thing was invented basically so that you could give a example number that didn't ever point to anybody. Because if you put any 10-digit number,
it's gonna
and
connect
show it to
someone.
100 million people.
Yeah.
I mean, the poor bastard that has the number 8675309.
309.
Their name is not Jenny, okay? and like people, that is legitimate. Like if you go to the Wikipedia page, there are stories of people who have like had that number. I don't know if they still give it out anymore because people are drunk and they're like, oh, what happens if I like there's a non-zero chance that one of our audience, and if we were like huge like they are,
it's probably their
it'd be
number.
a pretty good chance that one of them would be like 8675309.
God damn. I wonder if my phone company will let me change my number to 8675309.
It's either taken or not given out.
It's probably not given
one
out
of those
anymore,
two.
right? Yeah.
But
importantly, notice also the difference between guessing numbers, lotto numbers, your social security number. He's not talking about that. He's talking about vague generalities between descriptions of like circumstances or situations that he's pulling out of texts, several of which are translated from other texts in other languages. Like, fuck off with this.
The specificity of the numbers is that thousands will die over tens of years. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
press the button.
And you guess, well, I think it has a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7, 8, and number 9 in it. Okay, well, zip-de-doo, what order are they in? He gets them in the right order, which is exponentially harder than just happening to guess them out of place. And he gets them right.
That's not a problem I remember having when I was learning how to count. I don't remember getting the numbers out of order.
Again and again and again. Mahija Mahuja is only one of them. The fact
that might be what
there you mentioned Mahija Mahuja, the Mahwai. So I think this is a big deal for these guys that that Mahwai is mentioned in the book of Enoch, and then and what actually did Joseph Smith say in the book of Moses? He called him Mahijah. So, I mean, I guess it's like an English transliteration that's not exactly right, but it's close. Close counts, right? Is it going to say it's close? Do you think?
I have no idea. I was responding to Jester's super chat.
Oh, Jester left a super chat.
And then, but the problem is I had to click on it, and then it didn't auto-populate the cursor, so I actually had to try 3 times before the message actually started typing.
Oh,
nobody cares.
Okay.
Not only is it the right name, but it's the right setting. It's a guy who comes from the Watchers to inquire of the prophet as to their fate, right? That's a very specific name. He's the only other named character in the book of Moses that isn't in
Is
Genesis.
it actually though?
That isn't
like
in
I've
Genesis.
Right, but and I'm wondering, I'm wondering if he's even reading this text of Joseph Smith's correctly.
Jenny's not in this book, is it? Is she?
No. She was not in, wouldn't it? She was not in the book of Genesis. So here, we can look at this. Let me pull this down for a second. And put up the Book of Moses here. Can I make it? Can I? Oh, I can zoom in on it. Right there we go.
I can't see it.
No, just a sec.
No.
I have to put it up. There you go. Now you can.
No.
So, like, it's like third. Let's go to 6:37. It came to pass that Enoch went forth in the land among the people, standing upon the hills and the high places, and cried with a loud voice, testifying against their works, and all men were offended because of him. And they came forth to hear him upon the high places, saying unto the tent keepers, tarry ye here and keep the tents while we go yonder to beyond the seer, for he prophesieth. And there is a strange thing in the land, a wild man hath come among us. And it came to pass, when they heard him, no man laid hands on him, for fear came on all of them that heard him, for he walked with God. But like it says that in the Bible, right?
I feel
that
like
Enoch walked with with God. It's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. But here in verse 40 it says, and there came a man unto him whose name was Mahijah, and said unto him, tell us plainly who thou art, and from whence thou comest.
It's in that paragraph. It's not going to show up. Don't worry about it. But that's the thing, because it said, God, he walked with God and God took him away.
That's it. So, but like, I mean, there's some, it's kind, I guess it's kind of interesting that, Joseph Smith guessed close to a name of one of the watchers in the book of in the book of the Giants. In the book of the Giants have dreams, and then they dispatch this guy called Mahwai to go and ask Enoch to tell him the interpretation of their dreams. I mean, but that doesn't. It's not in the thing I just read. This is just some guy, right? Who stood there listening to Enoch and asked him who he was and where he came from. That's it. That's like the whole thing. And it looks like that's the only mention of him there. So,
yeah, but don't you remember how earlier the scholars were taking that whole thing and then comparing it to the other whole thing? And literally, I wanted to say this at the time. The only similarity is that they both prominently feature a 4-letter word that ends in OMB. In one of them, it was womb, and in one of them, it was tomb. That is the only thing. I'm like. That's an eye-catching word. I don't read that word a lot. When I read a thing and that word shows up, either of them, it's like, oh, hey, yeah,
But he got it. He got it fucking wrong too. So
nothing else. It was just like, oh, there's some oomy shit. Like,
yeah.
Why?
A couple of super chats though. I got a super sticker from Droid for $4.99. Thank you. And then this is the.
Do you know the description?
It's not even. It's not even. I don't even think it's a. How do I find the description? It doesn't even. It's just
okay.
empty.
So if I go normally if I go to no, it wasn't a super stick.
It's just is it an empty? It looks like maybe it's just an empty super chat.
I think it was an empty super chat. Yeah.
Thank you for the empty super chat, Troy.
You have a thing that you want me to force him to say, or if you want to make, I do this for you, Kip, or if you want to make a joke about magnets, put it in the chat.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Okay.
All right. But in the meantime, Jester left an actual super chat. Fun fact, the band had to pay not only for a number change for the person, but to get the number, and I believe the label still shows Jenny's number.
The question is, and somebody, maybe it was Answer or Prixie, I can't remember. Somebody asked, what area code though?
Right.
Because maybe all of them.
Like, how many of those are there? It's
The,
probably like in North America
999
here.
minus one, because so there are not. So
Are they all
so there
taken?
are, well, because is 000
They can't all be taken.
through 9. They're not all taken, but 888 is for toll free numbers. 800 is for toll free numbers. 555 is reserved for whatever.
For Hollywood,
000 is probably not used, I would think, and maybe anything starting with a 0, I could imagine. I don't know how many are used, but we're gonna run out before I'm dead. I'm gonna live forever, chat.
Yes. See, Raina's right about this, right? Mahija would be like Mahaya. Yes, not Mahway. Right. Exactly. So
okay, so what does that mean? How do I bastardize that? I don't know. I'm high. That's how I bastardize it.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Press play.
Brings in. He appears in the Book of Jasher, and he appears in the Book of Giants.
The very credible Book of Jasher.
The exact name of it.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it before.
It's a medieval forgery.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Giants. It's impossible. It's impossible. Joseph nails it. So where's Jeremy Runnels?
To be fair, these people all believe in an 1800s forgery.
Right. Yes.
Is it a forgery? What is the definition of forgery? The Book of Mormon. Is the Book of Mormon a forgery? Because it's not claiming to be the work of any already established known individual. The Book of Abraham would be a forgery. I think if you looked at it just on its own,
right,
that's a forgery, because you're attributing it to like a character, at least, that already existed. The Book of Mormon, I don't think any of those characters that he's sort of claiming to be writing for. Is it a forgery, or is it just
if you can connect it to something that was previously written, and if you can't, I guess it's not, right? So I don't know.
What about like what defines something as a forgery?
A forgery?
Yeah.
As someone who's worked with forgeries, I'm embarrassed to say that I don't have a definition off the top of my head.
That's not that weird. A lot of the times, definitions are a little bit
knock it off
flexible. Yeah, I mean, even in physics, you get that. I remember I was watching a YouTube video a few years ago, and it was a Professor Dave video, and he was like, "Okay, well, here's my definition of energy," and I paused and I thought about it, and I was like, "Okay, the one that I'm sitting down and putting my whatever behind is energy is the capacity to do work." And I unpaused, and he said that exact fucking phrase, and I was very happy. And you might be like, you're a physicist, you should know what energy is. It's like, it's a much more general concept than most of them. Because then you have to define work. I'm sorry. I talked about physics again. I'm sorry.
That's okay. My dog was barking.
Probably because I was talking about physics.
Probably. He hates physics.
Saying that the Book of Giants, discovered in 1947 in Qumran, must have been plagiarizing from Joseph Smith's Book of Moses. Where's Jeremy Runnels?
That's a good point.
The CS letter all over is like, oh, he must have been copying from View of the Hebrews, because View of the Hebrews says, and it came to pass. No one else says that.
We need CES letter part 2.
Yeah, where's that?
You know, when I was writing that one project we did, that we don't name,
chests.
Yeah, chest.
Hold on. I need to know about the unnamed shameful project called Codename Chest that Kwaku has been working on. I need to know, Kwaku, what is in your chest?
Does that have something to do with Provo, the TV show
Provo's Most
that you
Eligible?
were Provo's Most Eligible? Does that have
Yeah.
something to do with that? Perhaps.
I don't know. So Kwaku was one of the bachelors on like the second or third season of it, and
Right.
he was awesome. He was like one of the stars of the show. So in I don't know if it was season 2 or season 3. I think it was season 3. Was my favorite, and there were actually there were 3 Mormon girls, and they were all like pretty cool. One of them was a nurse, and like sometimes she like would just come off a bad shift, and you were like, oh man, like you're doing real shit. And like Kwaku was one of the people who's like trying to hit on them, but like in a Mormon bachelor reality TV show way. It's fucking hilarious, chat.
When it got to the View of the Hebrews part, I went to check out the View of the Hebrews, and I thought I'd gotten the wrong book because it was no, because you're like this is very obviously an essay about Palestine. Like, what is the? And I was like,
man, now I want to like learn more about the View of the Hebrews because I've
Kwaku likes it.
What?
Because Kwaku likes it? Is that why you want to learn more?
It's not, no. Well, also because I want to know if it actually is what people claim it to be. So people claim that the View of the Hebrews is basically... People do the same thing with View of the Hebrews in the Book of Mormon as they do with Avatar and Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves. Avatar, the James Cameron movie.
Yes.
Where they're like, this is just a complete copy of this other thing, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, but I still enjoyed it. But I've seen Pocahontas, but not as an adult, and I've never seen Dances with Wolves, so I don't know if that's like actually true, and I really don't care because I don't cover either Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves very often, like on BSS. This is like at least the 7th time I've covered Mormonism on a show called BSS.
Oh. Wow.
And people compare the Book of Mormon to the View of the Hebrews because it involves, I guess, Jewish people that built a submarine and like came across
yes,
the United States.
as the Jews were wont to do. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, tight as onto a dish, right? That's how
absolutely.
They did it.
That's how they did it.
And I will say, if it doesn't have a whole lot else in common, but it does have that in common, I'm still going to be like,
sure, okay.
Like, did I get the wrong thing?
Yes.
And I'm like, told up Steven, is this the reason? No, that's the right book. I'm like, this can't be the thing they're saying is the. It's like if I give you a book that's straight up like, here are the measurements you need to build a shed. Here's all the kinds of wood you need. Here's every single dude to build a shed. And then Cardin's like, you must have copied that from this Better Homes and Garden magazine. Like they're not at all. Yeah. And I literally was like,
well, I mean, it depends on the article that he's accusing you of. Like, I got to read that Better Homes and Garden. If that Better Homes and Garden magazine has the exact same instruction list, I'm going to be like, you copied it from somebody who got it from a common source. Like, if all of the measurements exactly match up, you got the steps from a similar source. If it's something as complicated as like an actual shed, if every single measurement is the same.
It's like, this can't be the thing they're...
Yes.
It was,
and they accept it. Like Steromates Book 3 and 4th Esdras. Scholarship generally accepts that's the dating method that they use. There's nothing alike.
Why don't...
Well, I mean, there's a little bit more
scholar.
to it than that, right? First of all, we get the fucking quotation right. That helps. And then, it's a matter of analyzing language sometimes. Sure. And then beyond that, we also carefully look for like historical clues on the basis of what appears in a text to suggest at least a terminus ad quo. That is a point in time at which, like the earliest point in time at which it was written, and it can be useful sometimes for determining a terminus ad quem, the latest point in time at which a text was written. But that's less helpful because you can't, like, there's lots of reasons why an author might mention something that you think that they should, right? We do this you can see a lot of this in the Gospels a lot. Like, I think this, for example, like the suggestion that the book of Acts must have been written before the destruction of the temple, because there's no mention or allusion in the book of Acts to the actual destruction of the temple. Yeah, okay, but also where and why is this going to be a feature of your book? So it doesn't always work. So that's one of the things. And then we just you look at you look at patterns in what's happening in the text relative to what else we know of what's happening for this particular community at this particular time. So it's pretty nuanced, it's pretty developed, and as we showed already, you guys got it fucking wrong. But anyways, I do have, maybe I should I did get an actual super sticker from Native Atheist.
Oh.
And I looked it up too on my phone, and it's like an eggplant dude, and he's flying. He's got a cape going behind him, and he's doing the.
You gotta. What you gotta do is you gotta figure out
very fast.
How you gotta figure out how it describes it, because a lot of the time. Okay, so if we go into the comments on StreamYard, it doesn't show it. So on EVMux, when people do a super sticker, it translates it using some sort of description of
that's exciting.
Which comes from like YouTube's internal, and so it would describe it as being like a teal pear superhero zooming through the sky with a grin on his face, or something like that, which is just like a weird sentence to read out of context when you don't have the image.
That's super fun.
It's so much fun.
Maybe I should get EVMux, because I'm paying a fucking fortune for StreamYard. So
you should do what I do,
which is nothing.
Piggyback.
I
I
should do that. I should do that.
It fucking works great, man.
That's right. I used to do that, but I ran out.
And then
I ran out of
you and was like,
backs to piggy onto. So, all right. Let's watch a few more minutes of this, and then we should maybe call it a night.
Do you want to, like, so we're
just
getting
so there's just up to, I think just keep it, just let it roll for a couple minutes, because I think
antis, when you hear stuff like this,
antis, that's us, right? We're the antis. We don't understand how we...
Okay, now he sounds like Lori Vallow.
I don't know who that is.
She's a woman who just yesterday, 2 days ago, got sentenced for killing her former husband and for attempting to kill her like nephew or something, and who previously got convicted and sentenced of killing her two children and her new husband's wife. A lot of people died. They're part of a weird LDS offshoot cult.
Okay.
So yeah,
we did some of this. We think,
and she thought that they were dark and zombies, and that's what he sounds like.
He was a fallen mystic. If they went with Joseph Smith as a fallen mystic, they would probably, but
they
like,
wouldn't sound as crazy as they do now.
Well, it's like, but you can't. How they've got to like create. Well, actually, his brother knew a woman who had a library card in England, so she must have sent it through a ferry in the water. Like, what?
Obviously,
like you can't guess.
No
something
way.
like.
For the record, the ferry would obviously be in the water. That's how ferries work.
I just
never.
Honestly, yeah. This is why the people who say he's inspired by a demon are on better footing than the people who say he just made it up.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. One of those has a lot more ontological baggage than the other.
Yeah. It's
You're right,
lots
though. For
of
real.
people make up lots of crazy shit, right?
Yeah, but
They
what
do.
about demons though?
Well,
That definitely exist.
sure.
Okay, and when
I did watch. I was just going to
When
say
I-
I did watch a Bob Larson stream on Bree McCune's channel yesterday. So demons, yeah,
fucking demons, man.
fucking
Oh, yeah, right.
demons.
Because like,
But the thing
How?
is, a lot of professional anti-Mormon content creators have rejected.
Wow.
When
Professional
when does one become a professional
anti-Mormon
content
I'm
creator?
like, who would that even be? Maybe there's that one girl who does
Alyssa Grenfell?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's it.
she's
Maybe that
great.
she's
Is
excellent.
amazing.
Yes. But maybe she's the one. Are there others? Maybe there's a few.
I mean,
But
Jimmy Snow.
yeah,
right?
yeah, I guess. Is it? But I mean, I don't know. Is he doing lots of anti-Mormon content? I know he's
originally,
ex-Mormon, but
originally he did. Now he's mostly
Yeah.
like turning the whole thing into like a franchise to like profitize and replace
right,
like the ACA and stuff, and like turn that into its whole thing.
oh,
Which-
the chat's on it. They've got Mormon stories, Mormon discussions, Elisa Grinfeld. This one, oh, Radio Free Mormon, Mormonish. Okay, so bunch of those guys. Thanks, chat, for helping us out. Wow, I didn't know this. Did you know this? Aaron Ra is a former Mormon.
Yes, I did. So he
Really?
was raised that way. He never bought it.
Like he always talks about how he never bought the
Well,
bullshit.
it's interesting because one of the things that if I recall correctly, he like sort of gives credit for is that it actually was not sort of forced on them from a very young age.
Mhm.
Like they weren't indoctrinated in the same sort of thorough way that, frankly, you would just typically expect from most people, I guess. So by the time he reached the age where they thought like, oh, okay, you're old enough for us to try and drill this into you, he already had his that's bullshit like detector going. And yeah, so he never really got it.
Okay.
I kind of feel like I wasn't at that level, but I was never a good Christian. Like there's a lot of people who are like,
Were you ever a good Mormon?
I was never a Mormon at all, but I was a Christian.
Were you a bad Mormon?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're not a Mormon, you're a bad Mormon.
I guess.
But I was a Christian, and I wasn't a very good Christian because there was just always a part of me that was like, but isn't God kind of an evil asshole though? Like hell is fucked up though, like right? And also like, yeah, but what if I was born into the wrong religion? That bothered me.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, nobody ever worries about that. I worried about that.
I think I worried about that too, actually, when you mentioned it.
The way I became an atheist, like I remember going into college, I wrote down we did like a time capsule thing. Like we filled out like a form or whatever that we then opened up 4 years later when we graduated. And I wrote down that I identified as a Christian. And I remember specifically being like, I bet when I open this up in 4 years, I'm not going to be a Christian. That's a really weird place to be mentally.
That's for sure.
Like
Especially
that
when
is
you're
some
a kid.
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
And because you're like, okay, this is a thing that by the nature of, the belief system is like kind of a big deal, like the biggest deal. And yet I'm like, oh, I self-identify as somebody who believes that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and Jesus Christ died and rose on the third day, or 36 hours later or whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't think about it too hard. And but in 4 years, I'm going to open this and I'm not going to believe that. So do I believe it now? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, and so mostly, and so I did that, and I went through that, but I still sort of had a deistic impression of God, and then I just didn't think about it for a few years, and then in 2019, I found Matt Dillahunty somehow on the internet, and realized that I had been an atheist for a few years at that point, and this wave of joy washed over me when I was like, I'm not worried about going to hell anymore. This is fucking awesome.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was, but that's a kind of a weird course of events that did not involve a lot of introspection and did involve a lot of putting the problem in a drawer until later. So
yeah. Wow.
Well,
so press play
in a mystical spiritual world wholesale, right? They're total materialist.
Yeah,
so you can't even say he was demonically inspired because everything's fake. So yeah, it's like this weird. I just
Joseph gets it all right,
and this is a real.
He gets it all right.
Yeah. So do they know how many people he married? I'm just gonna bring that up. Yeah, brought it up all show, and I'm just gonna bring it up because it was
they
a
must
lot.
know. I mean, they spent we skipped it. They spent the first 15 minutes of this show fanboying about Joseph Smith. Surely they know.
Normally, when they fanboy about it, though, they ignore that part.
Oh, you're right, but I mean, do you get to the point of fanboy without having to intentionally ignore that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
feels like you have to make some choices. Yes. Okay.
I was I am when I've gone through a few more years and I've learned more stuff about the world, I am not going to believe this thing that I believe now. And yet I still claim to believe it now. Did I believe it? I have no idea. It's complicated.
That is kind of wild.
Weird.
Yeah. People are
Dana,
weird.
You can't just ignore this. You can't just
wave
it.
And they want to so bad.
Jacob Hansen pointed out to me that there is someone who was convinced that Joseph Smith was plagiarizing because of how accurate this is.
Matthew Black.
Yes.
Dr. Matthew Black, one of the original translators of the Dead Sea Scrolls, professor of Aramaic.
Yeah.
He's non-member.
So,
and he commented and he said he must have had a copy somewhere.
Really? I assume he's talking about the Book of the Giants. Just finish this. We just
haven't detected where yet. And Hugh Nibley confronts him and says, wait a minute, but there was no copy. You know that can't be true. And he says, someday we'll discover it. It's too impossible.
So he has faith.
Speaking of,
it's got to be better than the stuff we already went through, because you've showed us your examples of evidence for when a person makes a set of claims and then that is ostensibly matched too perfectly by a later text that hasn't been discovered yet. And your examples have been fucking crap. They've been crap.
Yep.
Discover Joseph Smith is a fraud.
I assume we're probably wrapping this up, but there's a story I think I'm allowed to tell. My old roommate, you guys know James, who's been Snow 16.
James He's got a story.
No, James Cannon.
I know, I was just kidding.
So,
technically, he was,
and he's part of he's part of the Cannon family. He's a direct descendant of George Q. Cannon.
Oh, cool.
And so his dad was on the board of.
I assume that's an important Mormon person.
I don't know that off the top of my head, but yeah, based on the context, I would agree.
One of the Dead Sea Scrolls societies, and his dad's
one of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Can you tell me about how do I join a Dead Sea Scrolls society? Do I have to become an ordained Essene?
No, you do not. But you probably need to come with your wallet open.
I'm Tapioca fucking Weasel. My wallet is always open.
Well, that's good.
True.
So I'm interested to hear him say what he has to say about this. One of the Dead Sea Scrolls societies. What's he talking about?
People that was actually able to of one of the Dead Sea Scrolls societies, and his dad's one of the few people that was actually able to hold some of the scrolls. And for Hugh,
he's one of the few people that was able to hold some of the scrolls. Are Or does it get if you touch any of the
No,
Dead Sea Scrolls?
no, you're not allowed to do that, dude.
Yeah, but
they
like
don't
with
let
gloves.
you do that. I mean,
Do
I
they
guess
let you
with
do it with
gloves,
gloves?
they don't let just anybody do that.
But you wouldn't like if you had a fragment, because
Yeah.
presumably it's going to be a chunk of parchment, I guess.
Yeah.
That like is in a drawer, kept out of the sunlight in a climate controlled room, right? Like that's how you store them.
That's
And
how you
probably
store
the
them.
way you look at them is you pull them out in a room that has lights that people are like, yeah, that's not going to have too much UV in it. And
Right.
then you probably use like a freaking spatula to flip them over.
So
I can
I mean,
imagine.
most of the time you don't need to flip them over because
fair.
there's nothing written on the other side.
Wow,
and there's usually
crazy.
not much reason to look at what's on the other side. Sometimes there is, but
Have you never seen National Treasure?
yes.
Maybe there's a secret map to
Okay.
where
Right.
I
mean, we have
Brown must have written a book about this.
we know what's on the other side. It's just, and because we know that they're empty and there's nothing, there's no
yeah, but did you
reason
put it
to
in the oven and
look
cover it with lemon juice? Because heat and acid are exactly the way you gotta treat priceless old documents. Again, it's like you've
That's it,
never
right?
watched
So,
the corpus of Nicolas Cage.
I have to think he's talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls Foundation, which was a private organization. They're still operating, but they were founded in an effort to raise money for the completion of the publication of the Discoveries of the Judean Desert series, which is the official publication of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The head of the Dead Sea Scrolls Foundation was Weston Fields, who passed away last year. And, they're not great. There's some shady shit with the Dead Sea Scrolls Foundation. But one thing's for sure, if you're a donating member to the Dead Sea Scrolls Foundation, they don't just fucking let you do whatever you want to do. So if you're a donating member to the Dead Sea Scrolls Foundation and they are having an exhibit of Dead Sea Scrolls fragments in your town, you're not handling anything.
Are you a member?
No, God no.
Yeah, because you're an academic. You don't got that kind of money.
They're a terrible organization.
Okay,
they're terrible. So, but yeah, you're not handling anything. That's nonsense. So
for the record, chat, if you come to my lab, I will let you under supervision tweak a knob.
No, will they let you? You'll let them touch your laser.
I'll let them touch very specific parts of the laser under supervision. I would do that. Yeah, no, don't touch it without. I will come for you. Okay. like if somebody came into our lab and just looked at the table, there's a bajillion mirrors with little knobs on them. If they just took one of those and just went yank, it would take hours to find out which one, assuming we went into that mode of debugging, because nobody does that, because people aren't actually manifestations of demons and Satan.
Jester's ready to take you up on the offer. Melly wants to touch the magnets.
I will. What I'll let you do is when we have the experiment running in steady state, and you've got the glowing ball of ultra cold atoms in the middle that are held in there partially by magnetic fields, I'll let you take a magnet and move it around, and you'll watch that ball warp and move. It's everybody that I've done that before. And everybody is like, "Oh, that's so cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, those atoms are also, less than 100th of a Kelvin above absolute zero." So that's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, that sounds pretty cool.
I should do a video.
Go hang out with Tap people. So yeah, Lil wants to go to the Weasel's lab. All right. Okay.
Do you want to keep going?
What did I? Yeah, just for a bit. There's
Important
some more
exhibit. They were in
stuff.
charge of bringing it from the Middle East to New York City.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow. Cool.
with a really cool team. And he said, I never understood why God didn't let Joseph Smith keep the golden plates until
They're not real. That's why.
I was
They're
a
in
part of
heaven.
the team that was overseeing the transportation of the scrolls. He said we had people confuse the boxes they were put in as a
Yeah, that I can believe. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't label shit properly,
Yeah, that
it
shit
gets
happens, right?
confusing, and you don't realize how important it is until you kind of mess it up.
Until you've
they were
mislabeled
over.
something.
Yeah.
We almost lost them. We had people almost fall over breaking one of the boxes, almost spilling just like sodas into like.
To be fair, one of the important operational words here is almost. Those things
almost
didn't actually happen, but you realize if you've had to transport extremely fragile equipment, you realize after doing it how many details go into it that are easy to miss.
Yes.
It is a lot.
I almost lost a whole.
Dead
I
Sea
mean, it was
Scrolls?
like well, not Dead Sea Scrolls. They were like Roman papyri. But I almost lost them in the Tegel airport in Berlin. So I get it. But yeah, shit happens. So, but I'm not sure that's why. It feels like gold plates would be a little bit more durable than ancient parchments, though.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Gold is
good to
more
see you,
durable than
Chrissy.
parchment. It's a lot heavier. Like the weight of the Book of Mormon, if it was actually gold plates and not gold looking plates, they've had to move to this to be like it was gold plated like brass or something. Though if they were actually gold, they have to be a certain thickness to like be sturdy enough to like
right,
fold back and forth. And if they're that thick and they're that size to be able to fit all those words and be readable to the human eye, it has to be a chunk of gold like that by that, which
for
is
each plate.
really heavy. Like
Okay.
you can carry it. You can carry it. It's not, and gold isn't like a mythical element, right?
Right.
Well, it technically is, but it's heavy enough that it would have been part of the story. If somebody is actually transporting a big chunk of gold in their journal somewhere, the holy shit, that thing was heavy, is going to be written down. It will be.
Yeah. All right.
He was like, I never understood it till I was one of the guys who had to, in the group of transporting a valid, ancient, very fragile document. He's like, yeah, because people are stupid. He's like, the clear answer is people are stupid. What do you do?
People are stupid.
You have the golden plates, you put it on the table, and your neighbors are coming over drinking wine. Like, oh, what's this? Like
okay, spilling wine on gold plates is not going to be a problem.
It's not gonna. No, it's probably fine, right?
Gold does not tarnish, and you can clean it really well. It's one of the really nice features about gold. It is soft. Like if you dropped the bottle on it, it could
good for
a little bit.
Probably good for making like engraved plates. Actually,
yeah,
probably.
Like really, it's like it might have just been that people are stupid, is why they couldn't handle it. It's like I never got it until I was one of the people. You're like, that makes a lot of sense.
That actually does.
It wasn't a mystical. It wasn't a worthiness thing. It's just that people are dumb. People
Good
are
job,
very dumb.
Paku.
Remember, 30 years it took to translate the Dead Sea Scrolls. 30 years with.
Well, I mean, there's reasons for that, and it didn't. So most of the work that was being done was because people like there's tens of thousands of fragments, right? And they're tiny. Like most of them are like this big. They're tiny. So most of that time was spent just trying to piece this shit together, trying to sort it, trying to organize it, trying to figure out what fragment belongs to what. the translating part maybe was the easiest part of that process after they started sorting things out. But yeah,
Every scholar, pole to pole on the planet, working on it,
and we don't.
No,
Wow.
absolutely not.
Wow, that is such a like boneheadedly dumb statement.
Do you know anything about the history of the translation and the scholarship of the Dead Sea Scrolls, Tap? I'd be surprised if you did.
I know that they were found by some, I think, kids, like in the first ones were found by some kids in like a cave. And they don't all come from one cave. There are a few caves.
Famously,
it took a few years for anybody to be like, "Oh, hey, shit, this is real." Right?
No. I mean, they were a sensation right off the bat. But famously, it took for fucking ever for them to get published. And the reason for that is because there was literally only like 8 guys working on them. And they were it was a combination of a few things. They were a bit exclusive about the work they were doing. As always, it was an issue of funding. There wasn't enough money to keep people working on the material for long enough in order to get it published, which is why it took so much time. Not everyone in the world was working on them. In fact, it's the exact opposite of that. In the 1980s and the 1990s, scholars were pissed about the fact that most of them were still waiting to see them. So yeah, that's just silly. It's silly, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Then there's some missing completely.
Yeah.
What makes me kind of sad
There's
is you look at even
some
the documents
missing.
from ancient Rome and Greece.
Some are in a Swiss bank box, the oldest copy of Genesis that still
I've heard about this.
Dead Sea Scrolls.
Okay.
I
The
heard
oldest copy
about
of Genesis.
I was just gonna say I heard about somebody who like bought some of these or something. This might be apocryphal. I don't know. That like bought some ancient documents as like a hobbyist and had way too much money or something. And purchased them and put them in their safety deposit box in a non-climate controlled safety deposit box in New York City. And these old records that had survived 2,000 years in a cave in the Middle East, in like 5 years or a decade or something, in the humid environment of this, almost completely disintegrated.
Totally will. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't think that was Dead Sea Scrolls, if that's an actual thing. But but you're not wrong. Under those sorts of conditions, these things will not last. But what he's talking about, actually, let me show. And maybe this is a good place to stop and shut it down, because I am getting tired. But let me show this.
Last time I got tired.
Oh wow, I'm getting over COVID.
That's fair. Also, my sleep schedule this week has been wacky. The last time I slept when the sun was down was 4 days ago.
Holy cow! Well, that's
weird.
That is weird, dude. That's very weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Okay,
it's not typical at all.
So here, so this is what he's talking about. He's talking about, he called it the oldest copy of Genesis that hasn't been translated. So this is the only picture I've ever seen. Here you have the gentleman in the center of the picture is William Kendall. The woman to the right is Dorothy Patterson. She is the wife of Paige Patterson, who was formerly the president of Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. And they're looking at photographs of this fragment that Kando apparently still has in his possession. It's called the butterfly fragment because when it's pieced together, it kind of resembles butterfly wings. and it's a copy of 3 columns of Genesis from Genesis 37 to 38. And I mean, we don't know how old it is because nobody's ever seen it except for like this is it. This is the only picture of this manuscript that I have ever seen. So, and you can't make anything out of it except for the basic shape of some of the manuscripts.
That and there's like a weird dude who's cased with a joint in back, right? I can also
that's the security dude. Candle goes with that guy everywhere to make sure that people don't steal his Lucky Charms. So, but this is what this guy's talking about. So this manuscript, the last I heard, the asking price for the price tag on this manuscript was 40 million euros for this thing. For someone to purchase. As far as I'm aware, nobody has. I don't think anybody will.
So that's held. That is held privately and not being
yes. Yes.
It's
a pretty sizable fragment. Yeah, it pisses me off too.
I will say nothing like that exists in my field. Like it. I don't even know what it would be. How would you? The work that it takes to create a new element? They only exist for like nanoseconds, and then they vanish, and then other people have to make like at least 1 or 2 or 3 of them in their own labs over the next 10 years before you even get to name it. It is not possible to just like find a new one.
Right.
I cannot imagine having something that so obviously has that kind of value to the academic community be held behind a paywall.
A paywall. Exactly.
And when we say paywall, we mean like money.
Yeah.
Like 40 million. You said 40 million euro?
40 million euros.
That is
the last time I heard.
That's at least $50 million. Good luck getting a grant that will pay that price for that thing in that field. It won't exist. It won't exist actually literally anywhere.
Well,
there are projects that are expensive, but they're not for buying it off of a dude who's price gouging you.
It's an ethical question at this point now too, right? Because we are within my field, all of us, should be any of us who are members of the Society of Biblical Literature or the Association of Scholars for Oriental Research, ASOR, or any of these professional organizations that deal with antiquities. We have to sign off on a statement of membership, which basically prevents us from even doing work on anything that has not been provenance. And that's like one of the big problems with this thing. It's like a giant fragment, but I mean, where the fuck did it come from? We don't know.
So even if the price came down to $100, ethically it would still be an issue. Somebody would do it.
Somebody would do it, absolutely, but it would still be an issue.
Should do it, but it would still be an issue, and you would have to handle those issues responsibly and ethically, and with the correct disclosure. But somebody was saying that it should be in a museum. It should be in a museum.
I saw that. Yeah, that was I put that. Is that Prixie? That was great.
I think so.
It was perfect. But it's late. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But this has been fun. What are you doing this week? Well, tomorrow. and I noticed I could hardly believe it. Maya's actually already got the thumbnail done and uploaded. So
What?
Right?
This has never happened before. Okay,
Let me show you.
I might have
Let
to
me,
show up tomorrow in my pink tutu.
Do it.
So when I went to my brother's wedding in Scotland, and at the wedding reception, some of the bride's family or friends or something got a hold of my phone, and they purchased this pink tutu it came with heart glasses. They purchased it on
very
Amazon.
nice.
And so yeah, I should probably copy Dapper Dino and Ken.
You should. You absolutely should.
I mean, sorry,
I expect to see it tomorrow.
do that.
Definitely. Yeah, you could
because they stole my phone.
Yeah.
They put the order on we'll turn around so the tag isn't.
There you go. Perfect.
And
put the glasses back. Let's see them.
Gotta put the glasses
perfect
back.
Okay.
So,
looks good.
There's also this.
Yes.
There we go.
I approve.
And they made me promise to send them a picture that I would stream wearing this, because I had told them, I was like, I do a show.
Dude, it is your destiny.
But my problem is I don't have any of their contact info, because they were like,
it doesn't matter.
My
it doesn't matter, dude. It's
bought
fine.
a tutu on Amazon.
They'll find it. So, but look,
yeah,
there is a thumbnail and a show and everything for tomorrow. Look at that.
I'm beautiful.
So bad.
Yeah, we have
yes.
we have Professor Parks. Rob Parks is our guest. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Rob Parks is an actual astrophysicist. Which
wow,
I'm
not.
not.
A fake one
I'm
like
an atomic
You're
physicist.
a fake one.
No, I'm not a fake astrophysicist. I'm a real atomic. They're totally different. Okay, that's like saying that you and Bart Ehrman are in the same subfield.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good.
You have to take me seriously. Look how legitimate I look.
Do it, people. Take them seriously. So yes, tune in tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, for Bad Science Sunday, and you can catch. I think you got to wear it now, dude, and you have to wear it for the whole show. So tune in so you can watch the Weasel in his tutu and his amazing pink heart glasses. We've got one very generous super chat from Chuck before we go. Thanks for clearing up the Bo Moses Enoch fragment or Enoch fog. I must have went back when they came up with such good evidence. Now I can sleep in tomorrow. Good night. Yes, you could definitely sleep in, Chuck. We can all sleep in tomorrow because nothing's happening until 6:30 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. depending on where you live in this country, or maybe you live somewhere else in the world.
You should live at the 6:30 p.m. place though, because that's where the cool people live, right?
That's where the cool people are. It's true.
Yeah,
very true. Yeah, high five. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh no.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, it's let's get out of here. So, with that, thanks to everyone
and I should be taken seriously. Look at me
showing off, and Tap should absolutely be taken seriously. Everyone have a good night, and with that, ha tikva.